Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rant On. It's fake E3. I mean, long live E3. I mean, long live fake E3 because that's apparently what's happening now. We've got a bunch to talk about tonight. I've got Jim,
Hi.
Justin,
Hello.
Nick,
Oh, yeah.
and last but not least, Andrew.
Hello, this is your Pro-Am champ talking.
Yes, yesterday we
right.
featured I don't even know how long that stream was. I think it was like 3 hours. It was the inaugural. It was the inaugural Ranting Media Open. Andrew became the champ. We played golf with friends for, I want to say, 72 holes. I may be off. It was a lot. I heard Jim call me names I never thought I could ever be possessed to hear him say.
And just so you know, I said them with such hate and vigor, they almost felt like slurs.
I felt the universe had a disturbance going through. It was just like a streak of vinegar and piss. And just debauchery that was just spewing from Jim's mouth. And I was just like, I've never heard this before, man. And it was...
I love it.
I filed a restraining order today.
Yeah, I can't...
I know you can't fault me for that, but...
How does that work when
not at all.
you're our legal counsel, though?
I would have done the same thing.
You're saying legal counsel can't file restraining orders?
No, I'm asking how does that work? Like, do you just put it on your own desk and sign it, or do you like have to still get it notarized?
I mean, it's a whole process.
Judge.
Well, what Geoff does is he puts on his white makeup and his powdered wig, and he he climbs the 20 stairs to get to his desktop, and he fucking rules down over us. That's what he does.
20 stairs. What?
I don't know. For some reason, when I think about like British Parliament, I think they're really up high. I don't know.
20 stairs isn't that high.
I'm fat.
I mean, it's
No,
kind of
20
like
stairs
a
is like
mini
over a
staircase.
flight.
Yeah, it's like a staircase. So
Yeah, that's the next story.
That's pretty high. That's
Fair
like towering over everybody.
Justin, if I throw you off a flight of stairs, do you think it would hurt? Or is it not that high?
Would it be down a flight of stairs or up a flight of stairs?
First off,
you don't
are you
know
going
if
against
Justin has
gravity?
had stunt training or not? So that might not be that high. You'd be like, yeah, I can go for another take.
First off, are you throwing me off the stairs, or am I being pushed off the stairs?
No, I'm throwing.
You're incorrect. You're incorrect. Even still, it's throwing down the stairs.
Oh my god.
I know this isn't Wicked. You're not going to be going against gravity.
Oh my god. Get him off.
Deep cut. I can't be thrown off. I own this podcast.
Oh yeah, the most popular musical of all time is a deep cut, Geoff.
What's the most popular musical of all time?
That's not the most popular of all time.
It's the most popular musical to make sure you get a blowjob from your wife of all time.
I will have you know, according to my very quick Google search, that it is The Lion King, my friend.
Oh, is it The Lion King?
Well, if we're going by highest grossing, which is followed by sadly Frozen 2, Frozen, and then we get to
highest
Beauty.
grossing doesn't necessarily mean most popular. Because if what's the first thing you think of when you think of musical outside of The Lion King?
Hold on,
not
I'm also
Frozen
getting...
and Frozen 2. That's for sure.
I think of I don't know. Fuck, now I'm stumped.
You already failed because what's the first thing you think of? Think of musical.
Hang on though.
Probably Cats. Probably
You're
Cats.
Looking at a list.
That
mostly is music, like movie musicals. Here, do you want to know the top 5 top grossing Broadway musicals of all time?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us the best musical holiday and what month that's in?
Well, number one is The Lion King. Number 2 is Wicked. It's made $1.37 billion. Then Phantom of the Opera. Then Chicago, and 5th is Book of Mormon.
Okay.
Wow. I would have thought Rent would have been on that list.
Hamilton is number 6. Hamilton will most likely overtake all of them.
I was about to say. Like Hamilton,
Rent is
not on this list.
no, it is. It was like number. Rent is number 17.
500,769 or whatever the
25,600
fuck they
minutes. Yeah.
said.
I know what it is. And then right below Rent is the producers, and I love the producers.
Oh, Hamilton has had the most expensive top ticket of all time at $998.
Oh, did you expect this podcast to go this way, Geoff? When we were prepping for it,
that is what happens with this. It's why it's called Rant On. It's
this
literally...
was this the quickest it's ever gone off the rails?
I think so.
I don't know if it's
You're
the
welcome,
quickest.
Yeah.
Welcome back
Because
to
I think
to the musical podcast.
I'm pretty sure the last time Todd just started going off on some random tangent, and then
I do want to say
Such
I
is
love
the
the
way.
fact that this group is eclectic enough that we have musical theater fans. That just
I
Yeah.
did theater in high school, man.
I did theater in high school too.
musical
We
theater
don't talk about
fan
it,
is reaching for me.
You want me to sing the entire Rent soundtrack? I'll do it right now.
I've
No.
seen.
No,
I've
I
seen
don't need to
Phantom
be-
of the Opera.
I don't need to
And what's
be-
the one with puppets?
The one
Oh,
with
Avenue
puppets?
Pinocchio.
Yeah, I saw the Avenue Q and Phantom of the Opera, and those are my musicals.
I've been intrigued to watch Avenue Q. That one seems really good.
Oh,
don't think they do it
like
anymore.
watching it live, sure. I don't know if
It's
I
very funny, yeah.
enjoy. I don't know if I enjoy like
I've only seen
pre-recorded
like
musicals.
video clips, and I enjoyed the video clips of Avenue Q.
I will say, yeah, I enjoyed myself watching Avenue Q.
I've seen
Hamilton was
Rent.
good.
And the video recording of Hamilton that they put on Disney Plus last year.
Right. Yeah, that's what I liked it. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No, it was exactly what I expected it to be.
And then
See, I
Lin-Manuel
thought-
Miranda became the fucking god of all musicals at Disney. And it was just like, you're going to be involved in Encanto and fucking Coco, I think, and a
We
lot
don't
of
talk about
things.
Encanto. Toto.
It's actually really funny because at work, we have I'm gonna just suggest it's like a group of people who are trying to make Hispanic heritage, very well known, and everyone keeps joking that it's just a bunch of people just watching Encanto all day.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't work there.
Careful.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Well, but they also have Coco. So Encanto and Coco.
I
In
don't
Coco,
talk about Coco.
I don't either.
What's wrong with Coco?
No, I don't want to talk about Coco.
I'm
What
good.
the
much
fuck
for
is
Baby
wrong
Man
with
to talk about,
Coco?
Old lady die, make me sad.
He's got
There we go. Nick,
reasons.
on the fucking nose, Nick.
Nick, you do a movie about death the year that's
Wait.
somebody that
Hold
come back and talk
on.
to me.
Hold on.
I've seen movies
And my
that
grandma
have people
Just
die.
died.
Like every other year, somebody I know dies.
Fair enough.
Wait, is that just because that's what you associate it with?
Oh yeah. So here's my Coco story. So I saw it in the theater with my wife, and it was a pretty packed theater, and we saw it like way after it had already come out.
Okay.
So it was my wife sitting on the edge, then it was me, then it was some just rando dude, then his girl sitting next to him. And we get to the point where like I've suppressed a lot of it, but it gets really sad. And like the sad song Remember Me, like the first time they play that, and I'm at the point where the lump in my throat is causing me not to be able to fucking breathe. Like it's like I'm trying to hold it back. You know when you try to hold that shit back?
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Why are you
and-
using toxic masculinity to hold back your
Oh, no,
tears when you
hold
just
on.
want to cry and bawl?
so I don't like crying, man. It gives me a headache most of the time. I hate crying.
Well, that's your balls
so-
talking. Just cut them off and then cry like a real man. God damn.
So I look, and it just like it was perfect timing. I looked at the guy next to me right as he was looking over at me, and we both knew, and we both kind of just nodded like, okay, and we both started crying at the same time.
Did you have like that dude moment where you're like, I got you?
And it's like
I
it's
mean,
okay, we can do
okay,
this.
and this happened. Forgive me for asking, but right around when your
It
grandparents
was
passed away?
right after my grandma died. Yeah,
Okay,
like a couple months.
I get it. I mean,
Think
I
I-
still when my grandma passed away,
Actually, hold on. When did Coco come out?
2017.
2017. I vaguely remember that one.
It was 4 years.
Oh, Jim, I was about to have like a good moment with you. I was about to be like, man, I could connect with you. 4 years, dude. Come on.
Same decade.
It definitely made it. All I was thinking about was my grandma watching Coco.
I mean, I get it, but like the opening of Up was also gut wrenching too. So
the opening
that's just
of Up, fucking
Yes.
nothing. Got nothing out of me.
Well, yeah,
The
but
opening for
you
Up
weren't
is just
married when
depressing.
Up came out.
What? Say that again.
You weren't married when Up came out. I bet if you saw Up for the first time right
What
now,
year did
you'd be
Up
like,
come out?
"Fuck, I'll never leave you. Listen, oh my
2008,
God. I'm
2009,
not gonna
right?
Okay,
fuck
Up came out in
balloon."
2009. I was dating Alyssa in 2009,
Dating doesn't count.
yeah,
but only okay. When did it actually come out?
May 29,
So I had been
2009.
dating Alyssa for about 6 months at that time.
Listen,
A
I'm
little
just gonna
bit
tell
different. I get
Jim.
it.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. Movies like that can make you emotional. It's fine. Having
I've
a
cried
reaction.
at 2 movies.
Uh,
Coco
What was
is
the other
one.
movie?
Ladder 49.
Damn, I was gonna say like Rudy or some shit.
Ladder
No.
49.
Oh, like, yeah, weird, right?
That's a weird one, yeah.
Does
Ladder
no one
49,
get
what was
choked up with Field of Dreams?
No.
No.
I
Oh, okay.
mean, I'll be like the first to admit that I've choked up at several films. I choked up at the ending of Big Fish when I saw it in theaters the first time.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh God, that was rough. Anyways, welcome to the
Video
musical
games.
slash discussion of Coco and how
Welcome
it
to the
was
cry stream, everybody.
four years
get
What
after.
makes
water
you
tissues,
cry?
'cause get your Ben and Jerry's.
And this is just a nice therapy session for us every other week. All right, so let's talk about guns and shit in video games. Not
I want to
not
talk
in real life.
about cars. I want to talk about
Hell yeah, monster trucks.
Um, so Summer Games Fest is the first on my list of lists.
With Dorito Pope Jeff Keighley.
I don't
We're
know
giving
what I
Jeff
was
Keighley that
expecting.
sweet money, right?
I don't know what I was expecting for Summer Games Fest.
I wasn't
But-
expecting much.
Same.
I get it, but like
I was expecting Hideous Kojimbo to show up in that and not in the other one.
Oh, because
He was
Keighley.
the Devolver Digital tease.
No.
No, that was Suda 51.
No. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Wait,
that's what
really?
you were expecting.
Oh no, in the because he showed up in the Xbox one, which we'll talk about later. But I was expecting him to be with his main man Geoff.
The Dorito Pope, Jeff, not you,
Yes.
Jeff.
Oh no, yeah.
Unless
not
you
you,
got
Jeff, the other
Kojima
Jeff,
on
Jeff.
standby.
well, like the Kojima thing, it was one of those things that they like apparently a couple days before this all came out, someone leaked like details about it, and Kojima Productions like asked them to take down the tweet. It's a new game called Overdose, I think is the name, and it's supposed to have Margaret Qualley, who played Mama.
Quiet, right?
Of her.
Yeah, no, not Quiet. She played Mama in Death Stranding.
Yeah,
That's right.
Quiet was
more
something
importantly-
Houston.
Stephanie Juice.
Yeah.
More importantly, she played Pussycat in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay. Jim.
Well, I'm just stating a goddamn fact, and you're
You
just
are.
You're the
And
one
that's
who said it was
fine.
most importantly, and it went with a big
Oh,
solid.
God, why?
It's I mean, it's fine, man. I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just said okay. And moving on.
Isn't that the
Um,
thing? Wasn't that also like rumor though that like no, that was Death Stranding 2 where Redis was like 2 days before Summer Game Fest. Yeah, we're doing a sequel. I just finished mocap.
Listen,
Are they finally going to pick up Death instead of stranding it out there?
who else finished Death Stranding besides me? Okay.
I did.
I liked it.
The ending was pretty conclusive to me.
I mean,
Maybe
kind of.
that's just me. I mean, I don't know. He went off the grid. Or are you telling me? Oh, actually, I already got the plot. I
Yeah, I was
spoke.
gonna
I
say,
I already figured it
Death
out.
Stranding
They're
Revengeance.
gonna be like Sam Porter Bridges. We need you back. And he's
Yeah.
like, nah, I left the grid. I'm caring for. I forgot the baby's name.
Emily something, yeah.
No.
Cool.
What's the baby? What's the baby's
I
name?
don't remember because that was like the most asinine thing at the end that you find out the baby was.
Lou.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou.
I haven't played it.
The
Oh yeah,
baby's
the
name is
baby's
Lou.
name was Lou, and it was
Right.
a little girl.
Yeah. Wait, Andrew, how long have you
Yeah.
had it?
Named for Lou
I don't
and
have it,
Platter.
but like, I was kind of at
Oh,
one point I will play it.
man.
I'm gonna stop right there because there are finer details we've skipped.
Oh, and learning that the baby's name is Lou is not a spoiler
No,
That's not a
because
spoiler.
it's not like hinted at or anything in the beginning. It was just a quick
Let
nothing. It
me
was like,
let me tell you something about Hideo
give me that
Kojima games.
monster.
The
Put a binky on
the story is frequently confusing and makes no sense, but it's some okay. I don't play the games for the story. I'm not gonna lie.
I do.
I play it because it's cool.
Walking's cool.
Jim, why are you silent over there? What's wrong, buddy?
No, y'all are just gonna make fun of me.
What? We're not making fun of you. What do you
Oh,
got?
No, fuck.
No,
Hey,
seriously.
They just spoiled a game for me. Don't worry.
Say
How can
say
you play
your
a
piece.
game like that I've watched quite a bit of people play? It looks so goddamn boring. And you don't care about the story? That'd be the only redeeming factor in a game like that. That's the reason why I love games like Firewatch and Gone Home and those. Do you think
because
I like
the exploration factor, the mechanics.
But that's the story. If the exploration
got
factor unravels the
point.
story.
Like part of the reason I played it was to go through the story. Like the story is what kept me going. Like, oh, I gotta go to the next mission.
It's a gameplay mechanic because, like, dealing with those fucking ghosts on a motorcycle and trying to balance a bunch of pizza boxes on your back was actually pretty fun.
I don't think I've ever been. Jim, the rage that you had last night, I want you to multiply that by at least 10 during like the last few sequences of that game, because I was literally fucking screaming at my TV.
There's a sequence
in some sections.
There's a sequence about halfway through that game that I'm not going to spoil, but like it left me on edge because it's like when they try to introduce combat and you're just like, God damn it, this is way too far into this game for me to want to learn how to shoot and kill stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not like, you can shoot and kill stuff, but it's always really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like the entire time the game's like, don't kill anything, and I'm like, all right, you got it.
So sometimes, Jim, to answer your question, it's more about the journey than the story. I'm not saying the story is awful by any means. I'm just saying it's kind of confusing, and it's not why I play Hideo Kojima games. There's so much going on in those games, so much dialogue, so many cutscenes, and you're just like, it's not that it's hard to process. It's just like, do I really want to think about this that much?
So, there was a zero punctuation game recently called.
I fucking love zero punctuation.
What's it called? Hard Space Shipbreaker. And he also had another stream where he was elaborating on what he was talking about, but in it he was saying that the core mechanic of the game, as far as the gameplay wise, it's not anything super interesting. It doesn't really do anything like that, like pushes the envelope or anything like that, but it's a kind of mindless tedium that's also set in a fantasy, like a sci-fi fantasy world, or just a world not like the one that you're in, where he calls those post dad games, where it's if you're a dad or you're just a guy later in life, you don't care about doing competitive shooting or competitive games. You just want something to start. You get into a game, you have a task you want to do, and then you actually see that task completed, and you get some kind of reward that says you did this. Good job. You get some
Yeah.
kind of upgrade, and now you can do it again, but better. Like dads love shit like that. I love shit like that, but I've been a dad for a while without having any children.
I was about to say, I was like, you're about to reveal some secret that we didn't know about.
No, like somebody's gonna reveal some secrets that I don't even know about. Like some secret's gonna be 10 years old and been like, oh yeah, you got a lot of back pay.
And we have them here tonight.
Oh no. I'm chartering that fight now.
So, other announcements during Summer Game Fest. We had a Goat Simulator 3, which completely skipped Goat Simulator 2. Amazing, by the way. I just, because I literally sat there and was like, wait, where was 2? The riff on Dead Island 2, the trailer was pretty fucking great.
I thought it was Dead Island 2 for the longest. I was like, oh my god, they're finally gonna do it. It's all
And-
vaporwave.
Like I saw the trailer and I thought it was Dead Island 2, but I noticed that this looks like a lot worse than
Lot worse.
the
Yeah.
initial trailer they put out. What kind of downgrade did they do? God damn.
They moved to Unreal
100%.
Engine 3.
They also, the only like big news for me outside of like, there's Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, which I'm sure Jim is excited for.
Me too.
On Game Pass.
It's supposed to be on
Last
Game
of
Pass?
Us Part 1.
It's gonna be on Game
Hello?
Pass.
Sure.
I think so. It might be.
Like
Oh,
Vermintide's not even on Game Pass.
no.
Thought I
Well-
saw a thing on it.
It
Andrew,
will be
you have
out
one
on.
with Turtles in Time. Don't push your luck and
No.
say everything's going to be on Game Pass.
It'll be on
I mean,
Xbox
it's
Series
getting
X.
Persona 3 and 5 on Game Pass to go back in.
Ah,
And 4.
It's P3P.
You're not hosting.
You're skipping. You're skipping ahead, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but feel like the giant Andre the Giant fucking in the wrestling here, just going no. Anyways, Xbox Game Pass on Samsung TVs. Waiting for that streaming stick, then I'll be truly interested. The Last of Us. So
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
I do. I do.
Okay, we
Don't take
talked
this
about
from me.
this. We talked about this briefly on your stream.
God damn.
I guess it was last week. Yeah,
Yes.
because this happened last week. Jesus, it's been that long. Listen, when I heard that they were potentially remaking The Last of Us, I got really bummed. And I'll tell you why. It's because it means that we're now doing the Bethesda model of just remaking the same game over and over again for newer
Okay.
generations.
But it's
And
amplified.
it's gonna be Sky. No.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna counter argue with 2 things. Number 1, we are also getting a remake for Resident Evil 4, which came out
Lame.
4 or 5 years before Last of Us. 1.
Resident Evil 4 is so old, though. The Last of Us is how old?
The original release was 2008, 2009.
That's so not true at all.
Last of Us
No. The Last of
was
Us.
2 generations ago.
Yeah, it came out on the PS3, guys.
2013.
Oh,
At
shit,
the end. Exactly.
So
9 years ago.
9 years ago, when we've already had 2 fucking games at
Resident
this point.
Evil 4 was 2005.
So I'm going to contradict what I said last week. Yes, I would love to play it, but I've also learned I don't have to give $70 to Sony on release date to play it again. I'll wait for it to go to like $30 or $40, and I'll pick it up and I'll play it.
Nah, you want that fucking steelbook. I know you. You want that
No.
fucking steelbook. It's
I-
burning a hole in your pocket already. They're like, hey.
If they had done one with a statue like they did 1 and 2, I'd been all in on it. But it's a steelbook and a copy of the comic I already have. I'm good. I can hold
No,
off.
they're gonna have like a collector's edition, but it's just gonna have a golf club, and you'll know what to do with it.
Oh shit. That's memories I
Wow.
don't need back from 2 years ago.
So they released the remastered version in 2014 for PlayStation 4, which I realize that this is a remake, which means it's from the ground up. Which
Yes, it's using the
fine,
tech from 2. So
which is it's okay. The thing Naughty Dog has done and recently, I would say, is that they
nothing.
usually that okay, calm down. They will usually take an older game and then they'll try to port it to the new system so that they'll learn about the PlayStation, like the next version going up. That's what they did with The Last of Us Remastered. And they're like, well, we'll just fucking sell it. We might as well. I don't really see a real good reason for this because it didn't start at Naughty Dog. It actually started at the Sony, a different part of the Sony studio, Sony's visual arts support group, but then eventually moved under Naughty Dog's budget after the staff joined the project in 2020. So in 2020, Naughty Dog finally was like, "Hey, we're actually gonna do this." So my point is that I really would love if they just did something new. I need a new IP at this point, and I don't need it to be Last of Us anymore.
What if they release Last of Us, but then it's an entirely different game told from the perspective of the Fireflies? Would that subvert your expectations?
yes.
No, because apparently the multiplayer game that they're announcing, or rather that they announced, is probably going to be that because it's supposed to be all new characters, blah 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 blah, set in the same universe. Fine. That's going to probably be just like Fallout 76, and it's going to be terrible.
Was there anything at the Sony State of Play that you were excited about? Because I have.
Well, that wasn't from the State of Play though. This is just the Summer Games Fest.
Oh, because State of Play is technically part of Summer's Game Fest.
Was
Yeah,
it?
but this
Wasn't it, like, a
specifically
week
was
before?
announced. It was on the June 2nd. But this announcement was at actually Jeff Keighley's stage.
Okay.
And that's when they showed the first clip from the HBO show. Blah blah
No,
blah.
not a clip.
Or a picture.
The
yes.
first
I
image,
Yeah,
apologize.
and then
snip.
announced that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson are in the show, but not playing Joel and Ellie, and
Right.
that was the whole thing. And I was like, okay, cool.
I mean, the State of Play for Sony had Final Fantasy 16.
Yes.
They announced Spider-Man is going to PC, which everyone knew would happen eventually. And apparently, a lot of people are pissed about. Don't know why. Closer look at Street Fighter 6, cool, and the announcement of the Resident Evil 4 remake release date. Which fine. I probably won't play it, but good on.
So all old stuff.
I would rather
relatively
Except for
old.
Final Fantasy 16.
I'd rather play the VR.
Yeah, the VR stuff looked pretty decent.
I mean, I thought Street Fighter was sick awesome.
Street Fighter is not going
Street
to get my money
Fighter-
at all whatsoever. Doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, I lost all my faith.
I'm not a fighting game fan, so
No, I
any
mean
fighting
same, but
game
I
really
do
is
like
not-
Street Fighter though.
Unless
I
they
like
do
Street
another
Fighter.
Dead or Alive, I'm not really going to care that much.
After 5, though, even from the start, after 5 in general, though, I buying in stupid late when they go, this is it. This is the completed version of Street Fighter 5 right here. Buy it at this price, and then full of advertisements, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, by the way, we're gonna do a whole nother fighter pass, and then we're gonna do more stuff, and we're gonna add more stages, more all this, and it's like,
Oh, it's just a bait
stop
and
lying to
switch.
me.
Yeah.
It was
Well-
just a giant bait and switch.
Andrew, I completely understand what you're saying. Coming as a Payday 2 fan,
Yeah, it felt like Payday 2.
when they said
mean-
no more DLC, this is the last thing we're doing, we're going to start working on the next game. Oops. Sorry, guys. That was a little fib.
The money was
Who's
too
getting
good.
heated? Someone's getting really
So,
heated.
I don't know. There wasn't anything that was super great there. The Sonic, I don't even want to talk about Sonic because it looked kind of
It looks terrible.
blah.
Frontiers or-
Devolver Direct. I
Devolver
don't know much
Direct.
about this.
I
Did,
didn't
did
watch
you
it.
all watch this?
I don't miss Devolver every year. I do not miss it.
All right. Well, we're moving on
I'm
then.
just mad that they didn't have something that I could froth at the mouth at on their website, like Devolver coins. Or,
Oh my god.
Is that a
I have
real
no
thing
idea.
they've done?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was.
and it was like because it was a Devolver coin that changed its price like every 10 minutes. So at some point it was like $500, and then some point it was like $1. It
Oh,
it
neat.
was just
I was phone at the ready. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss whatever crap they're doing this year. I'm gonna be in on it. I'm gonna be in on this joke. And really, the only joke was that they had Suda 51.
What did he announce?
Nothing.
Yeah, he didn't announce anything. He was just there as there.
So I love Devolver and I love their showcase. This year I was kind of like,
It was
okay,
a little lacking.
yeah.
Like there was nothing that was, oh my god, I gotta play that, or wow, they're actually like they can re-release games because they're the same game, just porting it onto a PC, but they'll do something that wasn't available before. Like when they did Metal Wolf Chaos, like you could only get that on PS2, like in Japan, and it was fully like localized in English, but it was only sold out of Japan. So Devolver actually ported it over and said, "We're going to release it," and people were fucking hyped, as was I.
I
But
think I
this
was in
time,
the room
they
when
didn't
they
do
announced
anything
that
like
and you
that.
lost your shit.
The what?
I think I was in the room when you lost your shit and I had no idea what the hell that game was.
Oh shit! If you want like a game that's so goddamn America,
Well,
from
so
from the idea of the Japanese, like I like the meme that says, "Be the American the Japanese think you are."
oh my
They just
god.
show like American anime characters.
Apparently, Epic Game Store had a show. They showed off a game for Lord of the Rings called Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria, crafting and building game that looks pretty interesting. Looks
looks
much
awesome.
better than the Gollum game that they're trying to shove down everybody's throat.
Jim, how you felt about Last of Us is how I feel about this.
That's fine.
Wholesome Direct didn't watch. Future Game Show didn't watch. Let's move on to the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase.
Did not watch.
My problem is I don't know what was announced when. I just watched like recaps.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
what was
I'm,
from
I'm,
what?
I'm rolling through it.
I have my list.
So
Are you rolling around at the
Redfall.
speed of sound?
Redfall, I think, is a game, Jim, that you are going to like.
I'm excited.
So Vampiric Left 4 Dead 2023 is when it's coming out.
I'm in for that. Fucking Left 4 Dead without zombies, hell yeah.
I mean, we're playing Vermintide.
Well, and I apologize, Andrew. Did you actually confirm? I see it in Slack. I may have missed the part where you actually confirmed that it is coming to Game Pass.
It is.
Darktide.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so Darktide is coming to Game Pass on September 13th.
Nice.
There's Arc 2, which I know Michael's played, and he's told me that I would hate that game.
Free on Steam right now. First one.
Arc 2? Oh, the
Arc
first
one.
No,
Okay.
the first one.
Okay.
With
so
Vin
this is
Diesel, where it's all about dinosaurs and family.
oh my god. I did see that particular part and I got really annoyed because I was like, Vin Diesel does not look like that in real life. He needs to calm the fuck down.
I mean, but didn't they already announce that he was already in it?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Didn't they?
That's entirely possible, and that's just how little I care about that game.
Like Ed came to me, was like, "Oh yeah, they talk about Ark, and weren't you excited for Vin Diesel?" And I was like, "Vin Diesel's in it?" Because I missed that part like entirely.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing. The Blizzard and Activision deal still hasn't closed yet. It's being reviewed by the FTC. However, they're pretty much just moving full steam ahead. They're just like, you know what, it's happening. This is what's going to occur. So, they've already announced, like, I'm looking at the games for 2022. Oh, yeah, it's totally on there. Dark Tide totally is on this list. That's funny. Plague Tale Requiem, Valheim is coming, which I've heard is good. I haven't played it before. Hello Neighbor
Survivor.
2 can die in a fire.
That's on coming on Game Pass.
It is coming to Game Pass.
I thought everything that was at the Xbox Game Show was coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, Hello
Well,
Neighbor 2 is coming to Game Pass.
Like they showed a lot of stuff, but not everything. It says come to Game Pass, but not everything's PC Game Pass.
Yeah,
Mm.
some
Well,
things might
the
console Game
only
Pass.
the only counter I have for that, Nick, is that on the Game Pass app, I've got a thing that says pre-install Hello Neighbor 2.
Oh no, that I do know because I see it on the Game Pass app. I'm responding to Justin, who said everything that's showing was going to be on Game Pass. I was just telling him not everything's going to be on PC Game Pass.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, nothing really specified completely PC.
It
Pass.
didn't
We have
say
this situation
PC.
with
Yeah,
Turtles.
it didn't. That's one thing they definitely need to fix going
Because
forward.
a lot of things did say it was going to be a console premiere, but
Well,
some of them that did say console premiere were also coming to PC. So I don't know if they're saying PC is a console, which I mean it is, but
My thought is that they're going to put everything they can on PC because at this point they don't care enough about the Xbox to warrant isolating off.
because all of their first party titles, they said will all be console and PC day one.
yeah.
Like they said, yeah, if it's an exclusive or first party title, that's what it's going to be. But half of the things they showed were third party. So, but
Well,
then
and I think it's the
portion of them were
ones.
acquired for.
Yeah, so like Diablo 4. Oh, actually, interestingly enough, Diablo 4 is not listed as Game Pass.
That's
Interesting.
actually
That's
really
interesting.
Yeah.
So-
the right
so
Games
Starfield-
stuff, that's what was surprising.
So Starfield is, and we'll get. I have things about Starfield in a second. We'll get to. Redfall is. Forza Motorsport is.
Hell yes.
Yes, it is.
See, that's the most hype thing I was all about.
Resident
Woo.
Evil is coming, but not to Game Pass. So basically, this chart is telling me all the games that are coming over the next 12 months,
Well,
and
I
just
think
a few of them are not Game Pass.
I think that Jim is going to be all right because his degeneracy game Scorn should be coming to Game Pass.
Yes, it is.
Actually, Jim,
Oh.
you should check out the Callisto Protocol as well.
Yes.
I think you'd
Oh, yeah.
enjoy that.
Like that.
I didn't like the trailer.
So I'm putting my tinfoil hat on.
Goddamn.
Did the Blizzard stuff not come to Game Pass yet because they don't want to be like, oh, it's coming to Game Pass, and then the deal fall through and they're like, actually, no, it's not.
Well, I mean, but they already have certain Bethesda games, so
Not Bethesda,
mean,
the Activision.
Blizzard.
yeah, you're correct. That's probably why it isn't like for sure day one yet, because they can't comfortably say this deal is going to close. I think they're trying to, but they have a lot of hurdles to go through. The person who runs the FTC right now is literally like, I am cracking down so fucking hard on companies that are trying to monopolize stuff. And do I think it's ultimately going to go through? Sure. I mean, I think it will. Every single time I talk about this with other people outside of this group, everyone cares about fucking Call of Duty. Who cares about Call of Duty?
That
I do not.
little preview was probably the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I would
It's
probably be more
just-
interested in watching paint dry.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty
Paint
can
drying
just...
simulator.
Ooh.
that
Call of
on
Duty
Steam.
could just... I mean, no, Power Washing Simulator is better than Call of Duty at this point. Hot take.
I mean, has Call of Duty even been, and I say that, outside
Holy
of this
shit, there
group,
is a paint drying
it's still
simulator.
relevant.
Of course there is.
And it's in VR.
Of
Holy
course
crap.
it is.
Andrew,
I'm
there you
playing
go.
that.
Is it like $5 or is it like a full 60? Because that would be
No,
hilarious.
it's $4 for
perfect.
Drying
What an
Paint
ex-
Simulator VR, but the non-VR is only $1.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh.
What a deal.
Hell
All
yeah.
Put
right.
that on my wish
So,
list.
let us talk about Starfield briefly. Trailer came out, or rather, not trailer, but actual gameplay for the first time. I think this is the first time it's been revealed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Already had some red flags as the robot went went down the fucking stairs and then immediately clipped through the world
I didn't
with
even
its
see
feet.
that.
Left no footprints either, so just the immersion is already broken. There's a lot of things that have come out since the gameplay trailer. I don't know if any of you have been reading up on those things. But Starfield, it is not it is not ship to planet.
No, I saw
If
that.
if you are familiar with the Outer Worlds, where you get on the ship and then you can go have a cutscene or a loading screen, and then all of a sudden you're up in space. That is exactly what will happen in this game.
So
You cannot
not
just
like
fly down onto a planet.
No
So-
Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
so it doesn't sound like No Man's Sky, which is what this game's been compared to.
Well, so my
Which
other
I
thing
get.
is what about the space fights? I thought they had this whole thing about space fights. How is that even supposed to happen?
So
Well,
you can
'cause
still
you
have
can get to
dogfights.
space and
You can
fly
get to
and
space
shoot.
and you'll be flying, but basically you'll get to a planet and presumably as you approach the planet, it'll be like, "Would you like to land?" And you'll press a button, and it'll go like, "Okay, landing sequence engaged," and you just watch
Oh.
a cutscene of you landing on the planet.
That's not that
And
bad.
Well, it's bad
it's not
because
great.
they said that, oh, we have these entire worlds and they're fully explorable. It's like,
Oh,
then
okay.
why do I have to
Here's
pigeonhole
the
myself to
other
one port?
here's the other problem with that. It's going to have 1,000 planets that you can visit, which is, let's just be real honest with
They're all
ourselves
going to
right
be
now.
copied
About
from each other.
950 of those planets most likely are just going to be barren. There's not going to be anything on it. It's just going to be mineral
A resource
extraction
planet.
or resource. It's going to be kind of dumb. And to be honest, I can see the No Man's Sky comparisons, especially when you're like mining for minerals and stuff like that.
Yeah, when the laser
But
came out and you were getting iron, I was
yeah,
just like, "Dear God, are you kidding?"
and
Yeah,
to be
nothing makes
honest,
me more angry than thinking about Starfield right now.
it's Starfield. Like on the surface, they literally were like, "Hey, this is basically they took the Fallout 4 engine, they made it better, and they're like, we're just gonna now you're in space." And
I mean, it's still a
Better
win
in
if they can
quotes.
get it out before Star Citizen.
Worlds 2.
oh my god, Star Citizen.
I thought Star Citizen was out.
No, Star
Like,
Citizen has been in the making for like
the
14
pre-alpha
years.
is out, and if you buy like a $500 ship, you can play it.
Which so I bought both I think it was 60 at the time, the starter kit, which guaranteed you like a ship. And I also bought Elite Dangerous at the exact same time. Just to compare the two. And when I played Elite Dangerous, I was like, this is really cool. And then when I got to Star Citizen, it's like, hey, we can show you your ship. And we can show you what it'll look like if you get in your ship. And that's it. News coming soon in like a year from now, and I'm just the feature creep is just ridiculous.
I mean,
You
can also see your apartment and pick up a burrito and then turn the burrito
it's
in your
just
hand.
it's incredible to me. Man, I could feel like we could talk about Star Citizen for fucking hours, but it's incredible to me that people are still investing in a game that is clearly way
A money
beyond its
sink.
scope. It's way beyond what it should be. But Starfield in general, I'm gonna be real honest with you. If it wasn't coming to Game Pass, I would not be even considering trying it. It just Fallout 4 kind of duped me.
Yeah, I get that.
And I kind of am getting the same exact vibe from this, where it's just like, hey, this is gonna be super ambitious. Hey, by the way, we've never done space combat before, but we're gonna try to do it here, and we're gonna make you, have a shipbuilder. There's so many complex systems that they're adding that the amount of bugs that they're famous for is just, it's gonna be outstanding.
So
Just
that's the
how many
thing.
bugs?
Like I thought that once they got acquired by Xbox, that a lot of that was going to stop. Like
You-
no more shipping out half-baked games.
You
We're
can't
actually going to.
correct bad habits in that industry, though. Like, Microsoft shoveling more money at them and getting more people isn't going to fix how they're going to regress bugs, or how they're going to identify bugs, or how they're going to look at this stuff. Like,
Yeah, but it
And
still has to go through the quality control of Xbox, like before it can hit Game Pass. I mean, I know there are some games that are still on Game Pass that are bugs, but they're not on Bethesda level.
like I fully expect it to be perhaps a little bit more baked than Fallout 4 was at launch. But to be honest with you, what was even more interesting was afterwards he was like, "Hey, we're finishing up Starfield. We are just now entering pre-production on Elder Scrolls 6, which I might add was announced in 2018. They're just now entering pre-production on Elder Scrolls 6."
and then they announced
And
Fallout
then
6.
and then they announced, "Oh, by the way, after that we're going to work on Fallout 5." And I was just like, "Okay, fuck. Fallout 5 is in 2036. Colin,
I laughed my
2036.
ass off when I heard that, just because I was like, that's not coming out this console generation or next.
No, there's absolutely no way they would. That announcement alone, that kind of casual, like, "Oh, by the way, this is happening," actually made me more upset than anything else, because I was just like, you just introduced a whole new IP, and now you're just gonna just abandon it. Essentially, you're just like, "Oh, Elder Scrolls 6, and that's what we'll be doing for the next 50 years, and then Fallout 5 for the next 80 years after that." So that's, whatever. There wasn't anything else really from the Bethesda thing that I really cared about that much. Plague Tale Requiem is cool. I mean, I don't know if any of you all played Plague Tale originally, but that was interesting.
I watched Kristen play it, and she had a good time for the most part. There was parts where it was a little too tough to go through. Yeah.
Emotionally or
Emotionally.
gameplay wise?
Yeah, it's a pretty grim game. It's not one of those. Let me put it this way: The Last of Us Part 1 was, I wouldn't say it was hard for me to get through, but I got through it. But watching the trailers for just how depressing The Last of Us 2 was going to be, I still haven't finished it, because it's a pretty hard game emotionally to get through. There's just a lot that happens, especially like you're killing dogs in that game. Spoilers. That's not fun. Why? No.
Nick
It's not
is
a good
like,
time.
where do I do this? How do I download it?
Like I'm not going out of my way to kill dogs, but
yeah, but
still they're just
it's certainly
pixels.
tempting, apparently. So that pretty much wraps up. There's a PC gaming show. Nothing there was announced that was cool.
The Jason Roiland thing.
Yeah, there was a
What
Justin
was-
Roiland thing, and you're completely you made us stop talking about Persona, and then you're just gonna skip Persona. Cool, man.
Oh, I apologize. Please talk about Persona, because
Oh my god, I was practically in tears.
And that's the Persona talk.
Oh god, yeah, get ready, guys. It's been a while since we've done a Persona 5 Royal check, but guess what, man? Once that comes out in October, I think it was.
Oh, actually,
October
Andrew,
21st.
if I remember correctly, if I'm looking at our Extra Life checklist of things that we have to do this year, we just made Nick suffer last night through Golf with Friends, so check.
Yep.
Allegedly, we are still doing a D&D game.
Allegedly.
So sort of check. We'll do a half check.
Yep.
We are supposed to have a Persona lore stream with
Woo!
you at
Huh?
some point.
Yep. I don't recall. I think it's in September, actually.
Oh, you all like actually mapped that out. I forgot. I apologize.
Yeah, it is coming up. It is in the works. I just don't remember when in the works it is. But yeah, be sure to follow and subscribe for that, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. I love Persona. To hear that I get to play Persona 3 Portable now, because that was one I don't think I could have done without like an emulator, but to do it, on the real and give Daddy Atlas their taste. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Are you not in the camp of FES is the best Persona 3?
So that's the thing, is that's what a lot of people are upset about. It's Persona 3 Portable, but some people
Which
are like
is better.
It makes sense.
Which is better?
Portable is better story-wise because it has Fess's endgame content with the option to play as a female protag. But the problem is it doesn't have cutscenes, and the overworld is visual noveled. So
Oh.
that's why people were pissed that it was portable, because the gameplay gets nixed for being on a PSP. Now, Fess should, in the vein of them announcing it as Golden and Royal, should have been Fess, because Fess would have gone through and gotten you the complete content, and honestly would have been just fine.
No,
But
it's not the complete. It's not. Portable is the complete content.
But because you get a female protag that
you get the whole story for your male protagonist. You then get a secondary story with so much more additional content,
which is in
with
Fess,
your female, huh?
With it, which is Fess. That's the answer. That's the end of Fess.
You're absolutely fucking wrong about that. That's just untrue. So you don't have like actual like animation. Who gives a shit? You're not playing those games for that. You're playing that game for the story and the social links.
For that. People play games different from your taste. Did you know that?
I understand that, but what?
Do you?
Honestly, you're playing Persona 3 for the visual aspects, not the story, not the social links.
What? Hold on a second. Did we not just talk about how Death Stranding, we were playing it, and I said it wasn't for the story, and you were like, why wouldn't you play it for the story? It looked boring. That sounds a little hypocritical there, Jim. Just throwing that
Really?
out there.
I think I'm doubling down on my stance. I don't think it's
No,
hypocritical
actually,
at all.
Jim's right, because you said you were playing it for the gameplay, not the story. Jim's all about story, not the visuals. He's still story above all.
I thought he just said visuals and not the story.
No.
If I'm not gonna be like, if you ask blah blah blah, and I'm not claiming to be the biggest Persona fan, because trust me, I like SMT games way more. But I feel like if you go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please. Sorry,
I feel like if you talk to most people who have mainlined all the Persona games, it's largely agreed upon that P3P is way more like sought after than FES. Dude, I can go into any retro game store and buy a copy of FES for $25. I can not do that with the portable version.
So I'm looking at a wiki right now. It says Persona 3 FES is the same as Persona 3, and it includes an extra epilogue section with the final part of the story, and a large area to explore and battle in. Portable is a trimmed version of Persona 3. It has mainly the same story, but it does not include the epilogue of Persona 3 FES, nor does it have characters acting out each scene.
And also the fact that I'm reading here that says it lacks 3D environments and character models. All anime cutscenes are gone. The graphics and audio quality were compressed. Yeah. This sounds like a bullshit version.
The one good thing about Portable over 3 and FES was 3 and FES didn't let you control the entire party. It's just the main character.
I don't really give a shit about Persona. I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm the last person to be like complaining, but just reading this on the tin means that, like, to me, it sounds like this is the inferior
I know it's not a
version.
AAA game,
So
Jeff. I'm
here's
sorry.
what I want to say is that they should have just added all of it into
Yeah.
one game.
Mhm.
That but Atlas doesn't do
What?
that.
Wait,
Atlas does not.
but
Well,
they
except for
should
Royal
have.
and Golden. But oh no, look, I'm mad at Atlas for other reasons right now.
Let's
I
not
am
fight
mad at
amongst
Atlas for
ourselves.
another.
Let's fight against the common enemy of Atlas that's not feeding any of us.
Soul Hackers 2 is launching with a $40 DLC.
Really?
Is it
Yep.
really? I didn't know that.
Yes,
What's
it is.
what's in said DLC?
Oh, it's the remainder of the story.
Is it
Oh
the
my
ending?
Are they doing the Sewer's Wrath?
Sounds
They're
like
doing,
that
they're
shit.
doing exactly what they did with the rhythm games for 4 and 5, where they basically or let me repeat. They're doing what they did for Street Fighter 5.
Oh
They're
man!
giving you-
So
they're
in the
giving
infinite,
you-
in the words of our lovely producer Todd, get fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So I was
stupid.
all ready to drop the coin for the special edition for Soul Hackers 2, because I love Soul Hackers 1. And yeah.
So I'm seeing, with the digital standard, all you get is Persona 5 outfits in the full game. However, there is a bonus story arc called the Lost Numbers that you get when you upgrade to digital
Right.
deluxe.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then and you get it also with the digital premium.
How much
which-
is digital premium?
I'm not sure how much prices are. It doesn't say price
I don't
here.
think the digital premium has been. I don't think there's even a
89.
release date where you can pre-order it.
It's 59 for Soul Hackers 2, 69 for Digital Deluxe. Digital Premium's 89. I have
So
it pulled up
there
on
you go.
Steam right now.
The premium has Mary Maid frock outfit, so you can get upskirts.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
this says.
Justin,
and
Justin.
The other ones don't have that.
Oh, you can also get Persona 5 Phantom Thieves outfits because
Fucking love it. Oh my god. Where do I sign?
Right there with your credit card. $69.99.
I do
sir.
like. I'm fine with them doing what they did with like Royal and Golden, but yeah, this is ridiculous.
Well, hold on.
So just wait for,
the
like,
bonus story arc. Is that what you're talking about? Is like the missing?
Yeah.
Well, that's $69 though.
It's a $70 game, so we're going to be giving into that kind of stuff. I say just wait for them to put out the big giant one.
It's an
you
Atlas
know.
game. Do they do that?
Okay, yeah, no, they don't do that Golden Royal.
Fair enough. Well played.
It sounds like you all have a lot of grievances with this series, and I personally
No,
don't know why you're still supporting
Persona 5 is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Persona
and
5 Royal?
So I can't say Royal because I have not finished Royal because I have not gone back because it pissed me off so much.
Oh.
Now you get
I'm
another
at the
opportunity
end.
on October
Dear.
21st on your computer in 4K, 60 frames.
I know. I can go back. I can. I know. I'm at the end, but I'm just kind of like I haven't gone back in like forever.
Okay.
So
I am
have.
going to ask you this
Who
though,
knew?
as somebody who has played through about 3/4 of the way through 5, not Royal, but just 5.
Okay.
Is it worth finishing 5, or should I just bite the bullet, wait till October, and play through Royal from the beginning?
3/4? How many team members is that?
5?
6.
6.
No.
Just-
Like,
I
who's the
don't
last
fucking
team
know.
member that you got?
I have to, this is how long it's been since I've played this game.
Well, if you can't remember, just start fresh.
Yeah, it's
There you
probably
go.
worth.
Yeah, that's.
There you go. Easy
so,
answer.
but remember, with Royal and all that other stuff, you're gonna have to.
It's right after Joker got captured by, or right before Joker gets captured by the police.
Oh wow, yeah, you need
That's
to just go ahead and start
immediately.
all over. Yeah. So no. So because no, it's not immediate. He's at the casino, so he's at just before everything goes down. So yeah, I would just go ahead and
Was
start
that
over.
like 50 hours?
No, like
not 50.
according to my save file, it's like 12.
That's not 12. I'd say somewhere around 30, 40 hours, but yeah, not 12.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Persona 4 Golden is going well for me. 3 is amazing.
Did
5
is my
so
fa-
satisfy the Persona.
3's my favorite. So, Andrew,
no
if you
1
get to
and
play
2?
3, I would love for you to let me know your feedback on it because I personally think that's the best story of the three.
Wait, how old is Persona 3?
Came out when I was in high school, so 2007,
It
2008.
PSP.
Yes,
Yeah, if that helps.
Two,
Three?
2006. It was a
2006, yeah.
PlayStation 2 game.
yeah, because
Oh yeah, PS2 before that.
yeah, because I remember
I think 2 has the best story, but 3 has the best game.
I've never played 1 or 2. To be honest.
Ready to make new social links, find the best waifu, and kill God.
Always Agus. It's always Agus. Just remember that.
I mean, it just keeps saying an abridged portable just I don't know, man.
Either way.
I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm just reading what's on the tin. An abridged, shorter
I know it's
version.
not big budget AAA. I know, Geoff. I'm sorry.
No, no, Jim. It's not that. It's they knowingly had to cut content to fit on a smaller disc. They cheapened the experience.
But you get to play as a girl. Wink,
Okay.
nudge,
Oh
nudge.
my god. I'm gonna take a minute. Oh, Justin, Jesus mother.
She gets to play as a girl.
I mean,
Do my happy
Ally would
dance.
really want to
Do my
play
happy
as a girl
dance.
to get that experience.
Do my happy dance.
An ally.
Moving on. Let's talk about Overwatch 2. It's going to be free. Moving on.
No, well, can we real quick? I want to talk about Overwatch 2 because there was something I found out today that I was like, "Holy shit, are they kidding? They
What's
gotta
that?
be kidding."
Okay, so are you talking about the fact that they're ditching loot boxes for a battle
Loot
pass in the
boxes
seasonal
are
model?
gone for battle passes. Battle passes are the freaking worst.
Question:
So-
do you guys know if I get to keep my skins from 1 in this or no?
You do. You do.
Yes.
All right, then I'm good.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Okay.
Seasonal model supported by battle passes in an in-game store through which players can purchase cosmetic items outright with real-world money. I don't know. I mean, is there a free version of the battle pass? Like, can I still?
Yeah, there will be. There
accumulate
is a premium and a
things?
free. There
Can
is.
I
Oh,
ask,
then that's fine. I don't see a
with
problem with
Overwatch
this.
2, is there anything in this game that could not have been done in Overwatch 1 with an update?
I mean,
5v5 over 6v6.
No,
I
they
mean,
So the
probably-
update is
Nick.
take out a character.
Nick, I think we've all been calling Overwatch 2 Overwatch 1.5 could have been an update. we realize this, which is fine. But the fact that it's free is kind of the part that's like it doesn't really matter at that point. This is basically like we had a discussion about this a while back, I think a couple podcasts ago, where if it had cost money to upgrade to this from Overwatch 1, there would have been fucking riots because there's obviously not enough here to be like, oh my goodness, this justifies it. I still to this day don't know if it's a new engine. Like, I don't know if they've added new graphical requirements for this or if it's literally just a fresh coat of paint. Like, basically, to me, this is CS Source over CS Original. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
That's to me what this looks like. So, but they laid out kind of their path. October 4th, season 1, they're going to have 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, a new game mode, 30 new skins, and a new tier of skin called Mythic Skin, which actually looks semi-interesting. You get to like customize different components of the skin. So like you can swap, like for Genji, for instance, you can swap out like a mask and you can customize the color of the mask.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I mean there's new things that are being added here that I think is interesting. The loot box mechanic, I don't know, never really bothered me that much. I can understand why some people consider it to be gambling. Like, I get it because you can just throw money at it and not get what you want. But I mean, that's the random mechanic that you're getting. Outside of that, I just don't really care that much.
Yeah,
right
they didn't
now,
even
at
add like
this
a
moment.
dating aspect of it.
Games get better
Can you
with dating
play
aspects.
can you play as a girl? Yes. So yeah, it's gonna be launching October 4th for free. Sojourn, Junker Queen, and an unannounced support hero will be added to the roster. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with it. Again, could have been an update, but
Yeah.
so long as it's free, don't really care that much. Diablo 4 don't really care about. Diablo Immortal also don't care about. And that's
nobody
pretty
likes
much
Diablo more.
I
huh?
was actually pretty hyped for seeing the Necromancer trailer until I realized, oh, this is for Diablo. Never mind.
I
Yeah.
love Diablo. I love Diablo 3. I mean, I just do. It's a very satisfying, very kind of shut your mind off and just kind of just play a game. It looks cool. I'll probably play it, but there are other games that scratch that itch that aren't related to fucking Blizzard. So
Yeah, and just to be clear, like
Fucking Blizzard.
Blizzard, I don't know if y'all saw what they announced today, actually.
No,
That they
I
have
was-
finished their internal investigation of themselves. And that they have found no wrongdoing of themselves. And the board of directors did not knowingly try to or didn't ignore pleas for help and blah blah blah. And I'm like, and then they of course blamed it on the media. And for a minute there, I was like, God damn, did Trump join the board of Blizzard Games? Is he just spinning their policies now? Just throwing that out there. I don't mean to get political, but here we are. So yeah,
no, man, it's not Trump. It's not Trump. It's Vince McMahon.
I mean, pretty fucking close.
He needs a new job.
Where's Kodak? Bring me Kodak.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that whole situation. And when I mean on the fence, meaning I don't know if I want to support them going forward. And still in that same boat. So I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can fire the guy once the thing closes. But again, don't know if that's actually going to bring any meaningful change. Leave your comments in the subscription box below. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Let's talk about it in the comments and make sure you tell specifically Geoff what you think about this.
Yep.
Because I don't have a say in it.
So finally, I mean, I'm checking here. I don't see anything else crazy. Nintendo is supposed to have a Nintendo Direct on the 29th.
Is that for sure?
Well, okay. Alana Pierce, for some reason, has said that, hey, that's when it's happening. And then that claim was corroborated by Tech Radar and another company. And so I guess.
All right.
Friend of the show, Lana Pierce said that? I believe it.
I mean, I don't see why she would lie about it. She doesn't seem to be the type that would just frivolously throw things out like that.
Well, if she doesn't seem it, then that makes her the perfect person to do it.
I mean, she feels credible to me, but yeah, whatever. She seems credible at this moment.
How does the Kool-Aid taste, Geoff?
Surprisingly delicious.
Mm-hmm. It's the best Kool-Aid you're gonna have for the rest of your life.
There are a couple of events that's going to be taking place in August. The QuakeCon is apparently happening digitally August 18th through the 20th. I truly don't know what they'll reveal there, except maybe Indiana Jones from Machine Games. Maybe I don't truly.
What
know
type of game is that going to be?
Don't know. They've only announced a trailer for it, and that's all we've gotten for the past 2 years.
It was one of those camera pans.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're doing something cool, and then no more information.
Got it.
So yeah, Nintendo Direct June 29th, and then QuakeCon August 18th to the 20th. THQ Nordic is supposed to be doing something. I don't really care about THQ Nordic though, so there is that. I think we'll wrap up our gaming section with
I got
announcements
some
for.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay, go for it. The floor is
I'll
yours.
just run through them real quick. Okay. Aliens Dark Descent. Anybody see that trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be
Supposedly
top down.
RTS SRPG comes out next year. I think it looks pretty cool. I like that universe. Stormgate coming out in 2020. Well, the beta comes out in 2023. It's an RTS and SRPG as well. They're made by Frost Giant. Do y'all know who Frost Giant is?
I know Frustrant.
They're the developer. Well, they're a bunch of devs who worked on old Blizzard games like StarCraft and Warcraft, like that. So this should be pretty cool. But the beta comes out in 2023, so we probably won't see that till 2 years from now. You mentioned it. Scorn looks fucking awesome. It's a horror game. Comes out October 21st. There is no dialogue, very minimal combat. It looks like a cross to me between games like Planescape Torment meets I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. I'm fucking stoked for that game. It looks awesome. And apparently I'm a pervert because of it.
Yep. Well, we all do that.
Genesis.
Besides the game, so but
Metal Hellsinger comes out September of this year. It is like a rhythm game, but Doom, or Doom, but a rhythm game. Anyways, the music fucking sucks, and played it for 3 seconds before deleting the demo.
Okay.
Decarnation, which was kind of just one of those games that they showed without talking over it, like just glossed over it. But it's an old school style looking like pixelated RPG, psychological horror, comes out next year. Literally everything about it looks awesome. Just literally from the small 15-second trailer they announced, the game I'm looking forward to the most that they've talked about. And then today, I don't know much about it, but they announced Dragon's Dogma 2.
they literally just said, "Hey, we're doing Dragon
Yeah,
Dogma 2."
It's in development.
Can I ask y'all something? What was I've never heard of that game until
Dragon's
like
Dogma?
recently.
Dragon's Dogma?
And yeah, I've never played it.
Oh,
I played
There's
it. I played it because Nick recommended it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said in our Slack message earlier, that game would be so much better if it had
Yeah.
some multiplayer.
Is it not multiplayer at all?
The first one, no, not really, because you
I
play
had it on
as
Steam.
your one character, and then you get like a helper person that you can like grind up and have them help, but then you could also get another person's helper like from off the internet or something, and then they can play with you, but you can't play with another person. And it's like a fantasy action RPG, and then you could
Yeah.
like fighting griffins and giant cyclops and stuff, and then you could jump on them and then climb up their backs and start wailing on their face with a sword.
It's
It's
like
actually
if
pretty raw.
it's a
and I
lot
like
of fun. The little bit that I've played, like that is one that I definitely want to dig into once I'm done with a couple of these Warhammer games that I'm playing.
Interesting. Cool. Cool.
So
It's on the Switch too, if you care about that.
I do.
I don't know if y'all. I think y'all looked at the Final Fantasy news that came out today.
I did.
Just saw the Crisis Core one.
For those who didn't see, they announced the sequel for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's going to be coming out next winter. And shocker, it's part of a trilogy. It's going to be coming out with a third game at some point. Apparently, they're already starting to work on it. I don't know how that's gonna go with people who were on PlayStation 4, like Andrew.
Yeah, I am a little upset because and to be fair, I know that Todd is saying you're a little quiet, Geoff.
See, I don't.
Yeah, so I know
To
for
me,
me
you sound fine.
personally, I played not Persona. God, I'm still on that. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I thought, from what they've said, that they were going to continue on PlayStation 4 because the whole thing is to move your items, your materia, like your
Okay.
weapons and your materia over.
I didn't
but-
realize that was what they said.
Yeah, but then they bamboozled me today by going, guess what? It's only on 5 now. And it's like, okay, well, I know that they offered a free transfer one to the
Right.
other,
Yes,
right? I don't know if that's still available. I bet
It
it's
is.
not.
it
Okay.
is. It's
Either way,
permanent.
I am out. If you're not gonna at least keep by your word, I don't need to play it. I'll do like everyone else is doing and watch someone else play it because I enjoyed Remake to an extent. There are things I would love for it to change, but for the most part, I enjoyed the time I put into it, and to see where the story was going because it is going somewhere different. I will say that. And that was going to be cool. But if they're basically saying pay the $500-$600 for a new console and then you can experience it, I'll wait for the computer. I don't need to move my materia or my weapons that much anymore.
I get it. I understand.
I
And
mean, is there anything else that's come out since
They just said that
this?
they just said it's going to be a trilogy, and then they also said that they appreciate the fans and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
That sort of stuff.
It was a very short and sweet presentation, but yeah, they just basically kind of showed like I think the trailer is like 1:30, and it basically shows nothing.
Not a
and
damn thing.
yeah, and not even anything that would be recognizable to anyone that is a fan of Final Fantasy VII. So yeah,
Like I saw it and I was even confused because I was like, wait, this isn't where this is supposed to pick up.
like
Well, I mean, we don't. This could be one of those things where it's. Oh, I don't know. The Verge is saying it's a PS5 exclusive.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's a PS5 exclusive now, but here's the thing: is the original remake was a PlayStation exclusive. Integrate was a PlayStation exclusive. I can order it on Steam right now if I wanted, or wishlist
Okay.
it. Excuse. So
Well,
Are you talking Rebirth
mean-
or the
No,
other one? Remake.
the remake Integrate with the Yuffie DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I saw a page not too long ago that had Final Fantasy VII on Steam now.
Yeah, it went up today after the thingy that they did. So they were like, you can buy it on Steam starting today.
now here's the other thing about that though is that we don't know for sure if it's just a launch exclusive. Maybe it'll eventually come to PC like a month after.
It's probably going to be a year because that's what they waited for remake.
Well, and that's. I mean, you tell me if that's fine or not, but it's better than not coming out on PC at all.
I mean, I'm going to play it on console, so
Well, yeah, but you have a PlayStation 5. A lot of people don't, unfortunately.
yeah.
They're still saying that they're not like the crazy part is like Xbox Series X consoles you can just buy off the shelf now, apparently. From what I've been seeing recent reports of. Like I can go of course as soon as I do this it's gonna make me a fucking liar. I'm going to Best Buy right now. I want an Xbox Series X. And it's sold out.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Wow.
on Amazon, you could order a PS5, but first you have to like
Type in
get
Xbox
invite
All
code
Access.
for it. So
Xbox
it's
All
basically
Access.
like
What?
get put on a
Are you
wait
talking
list.
about the thing where you can
Yeah,
like, rent
that's
the
how
console?
you
Rent
lease
out
it.
the console?
You
What?
lease it. You lease
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah, you're leasing it basically. You're paying for Game Pass, and you're paying like a stipend of the console cost. It's more expensive than buying the console outright, to be honest.
Wait, leasing it from
Microsoft.
Xbox?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This actually is not a new thing. They did it with the Xbox One as well.
Blockbuster did it.
No.
Yeah,
I
remember
mean,
going to
like
DOJ
from
and renting an N64.
Exactly.
so you get an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S console plus 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $24 a month. I'm sorry, from $24.99 a month. I'm assuming that's for the base console.
Mhm.
Yes. So it's $34.99 a month for 24 months, which would get you Ultimate as well as the game, or like the Series X console, which runs you
Price of the Xbox Plus Game Pass.
$839.76.
Todd's in the chat and he says it's like Rent-A-Center.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
much.
there's no upfront cost, the 0% APR, but
Wait, so are you renting it for how long?
24 months.
You're leasing it. Yes.
Wait, it has to be for 24 months? You can't do like
No, it's
3?
because you're leasing it with the Xbox or with the Game Pass in the Xbox.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, there's a giant FAQ that says
Like, I just want it for a month so I could play this one game and then give it back.
yeah, it says no, the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership is included. You cannot cancel your membership and reduce your monthly payment. So get fucked.
That's bad.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I feel like the availability, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the availability of the Xbox has been higher than PlayStation 5
Would it be
in recent months.
more cost effective to just build a computer?
Yes.
It would actually be more cost effective just to get their streaming stick at some
Oh,
point
yeah.
when it comes out. I mean,
Yeah, but
they've already said it's coming.
it's cost effective if you have internet that can stream it.
I can confidently say that it's been fine on mine. Mine's
I can
400
confidently
down.
say that it's been fine on. It could be fine on mine, and I have gigabit. But let's say I'm back at my apartment
Okay.
where I had dog shit internet. Streaming,
Well, I mean,
streaming a
that's
game was not fun then.
dog shit for everything you did, and
Oh,
you chose to live there, and you kept choosing to live there until you live where you're at now.
Leases are a son of a bitch, all right? What do you want?
No, they're
Jesus
not.
Christ,
They
this guy is like
they
just
live.
coming up. Oh, well, I don't like the way the grass looks here. Let me just move into a new fucking house.
No.
No,
How long did you? No. How
You're
long did you
saying
stay
if
at that
there's something
apartment?
you don't like,
How
it's
long?
just easily able to
How
leave and
long
move.
did you stay at that apartment?
2 years.
Okay. At the end of the first year, did you just renew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You could have left at the end of the first year, so shut the fuck up.
No, I won't shut the fuck up because the internet was slower but stable, but it wasn't awful. Like, just because I can't stream games doesn't mean that it was the worst internet available.
Nick,
Like, I
every
could have
single time
like
I
worse
talk to you
internet.
about your internet,
Huh?
every single time I talked about your internet, you said it was the most awful thing you've ever
The
seen.
most awful internet that I've ever had.
Yep.
Didn't
And Todd,
say it
it's
was the
not.
worst that
It's
ever
not.
existed.
And Todd, it's not free. So sorry, it's not invalid.
Oh, you can give me a free house? Does it have gigabit internet?
It will in 2 months
Why doesn't it have it now?
because fucking Comcast sucks. What do you want me to tell you?
Wait, you saying that there's reasons that somebody could have like worse internet than gigabit?
I think I think it's fair because like I remember being in that area, right? And I don't think they offered gigabit internet in that area. I think it was
No, it
still
wasn't just that. He literally just had a like poor connection. Like AT&T was just not wired correctly, if I remember.
Yeah, at that apartment, it only had AT&T as an option, and they only had like 300 DSL internet. They didn't offer anything faster, and I didn't learn about that until after I had after I already signed the lease and I had the apartment for a month because I didn't move in immediately.
But what? Wait, was it just not that awful the first year you were there to the point where like, you know what, I should
Yeah, it
probably
wasn't
move out?
unusable because I was living by myself. I was the only one using my own internet. And if I'm like on my computer, I'm not also like running 4K Netflix on the TV and also playing a game in another room. I'm like everything is localized to me. So it had enough that I could use it personally myself for what I needed it for.
Okay, so did you like watch Netflix at all while you were
I did.
there? Was it in 1080p
No, I can get up 4K.
at the apartment?
Yeah.
I don't see a problem then. You would have been able to stream Game Pass just fine. 1080p connection. I could do it on my cell phone.
You're incorrect.
I'm incorrect.
Which
You're
is the best
incorrect.
kind of correct.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh
Because
boy.
if you're playing a game, it's not just that you can see what's on the screen. How
Uh-huh.
like the lag.
Yes.
Then there's also the dips in quality.
Yes.
Like there's if I'm watching Netflix, you know what that shit does? Pre-buffer. You know what doesn't pre-buffer is gaming inputs and a game that has to stream directly to you.
I
It's
mean,
the same
I don't
problem
know.
with
I don't know what to tell you
Twitch.
considering it works just fine on my phone, like out in the wilds. And Verizon ain't that great anymore. Like I was able to play Forza Horizon 5 sitting on a park bench
Oh,
in the middle of nowhere.
and it was playing in 4K?
Why would it need to play in 4K on my phone?
Because the argument that you're having is why don't people just get a stream stick for their TVs playing on their fucking couch?
And not everybody has a 4K TV. What's your point?
Okay, so you were playing in 1080p.
Yeah, I was playing in 1080p.
You lying son of a bitch. Your phone doesn't even get up to that.
On my phone? Yes, it can. Why wouldn't it not be able to?
Because your phone doesn't.
My
What's your phone?
What's
Yeah, what kind of
it's
phone?
What phone? What's your phone model?
It's an iPhone 11 Pro Max.
I think that's actually higher than 1080p.
11 Pro. Yeah, it's just the 11 Pro, the big one.
Yeah, but it's not streaming to 1080p on your phone.
I mean, do we need to have like a fucking like Linus Tech Tips like fucking test here just to verify? I don't.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead, do it.
Like
I'll
this
wait.
conversation's making me thirsty. I need to grab my LTT water bottle.
Let's see here. Hold on. I will
And
get
what
you
were
that
you
answer.
playing?
That
Was
Forza.
it like a shooter where you have to actually have precise aiming?
No, I told you I was playing Forza.
Nick, it's 2688 by 1242, so it's above 1080p.
The screen
Yes.
on his cell phone.
Yes.
But
It's in
is
his
that what it
hands.
was streaming at?
It would
Okay,
stream at
alright.
1080p.
Video mirroring and video out support up to 1080p through Lightning digital AV adapter and Lightning to VGA adapter.
Well, that's not what we're talking about though.
Yeah, that's I don't.
Thank you for trying
I don't know.
Yeah, thank you.
We're talking about just literally streaming it on the phone, not putting it onto a TV. That would be a different conversation entirely.
I mean, that's the main crux of the conversation. But you're saying that just because you can do it on your phone, it can be done on the TV in comparable quality.
Todd says,
I mean-
"OMG, I'm almost home. I hope this lasts forever."
I mean, I'm not suggesting it's perfect, but to go and build a comparable PC, I don't know. I mean, what because you could build a comparable PC to the Xbox Series X for this
Yeah, I just
cheaper.
did to my brother, and it costs
Cheap.
$600.
What was the parts?
It was a 3070 card. No, it was a 3060 Ti.
Nice.
3060 Ti.
Hold on. I need to
case
ask you
that-
this one question.
Oh, okay.
This
Go
one
ahead.
question. Were these parts that you had around? Or were these parts there was completely from scratch, you bought this off of a website, you had it delivered, or you bought it from a store and you built it?
Most of the parts I had to buy from a store.
Most of the parts.
Can you say what
Okay.
part it is that you had
Yeah,
to buy? Because
I'll
I know
tell
it's
you
not the
what
graphics
parts.
card.
Okay.
Yeah, the graphics card I had to buy. The motherboard that I already had. So
Okay.
let's take $100. Let's add
100.
$100
Say
to that.
150.
So
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What brand of card?
Wait, what?
MSI.
MSI. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just say MSI 3060 Ti.
Like $700, $600 card, isn't it?
Oh, hold on. What did I fucking buy?
The TI?
I was about to say, dude, because like the Ti is $679.
Give me a
FE?
second. No, because it was less than $500.
Because
Are
I thought the TI was
Are
500.
you thinking about? Well, I'm just on BestBuy.com right now.
Oh, I didn't get it from Best Buy.
Where did you get it from?
Micro Center.
Okay, let's go to Micro Center then.
I'm about to tell you
Todd's
exactly.
here.
I'm signing into Micro Center.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
I
waiting
got my
for Todd to
popcorn
show
ready.
up. I was waiting for Todd to show up because he's been talking smack in the chat the entire
Talking
time.
smack.
You just sound
No,
sleepy.
I appreciate his musings.
So Geoff, I forget, when were you doing the streaming on your phone? Like, was it recent? Or was it like last year?
No, it was.
It was a 3050.
3050.
That's an Xbox Series X quality card.
I say it was probably like 4 months ago. I just tried it again today though,
Oh,
as
okay.
In
well.
1080? Yeah.
Also, keep in mind, they didn't actually stream in 1080 until last year. So
Yeah,
whenever it
which
originally
would've
came out, it
been-
maxed out at 720.
Which is fine. I mean,
No,
I didn't.
I agree, but we're talking about. So I was talking in the chat. I played Destiny 2 on Stadia on my old fiber, and it
Oh, yeah, that
still
was
wasn't
horrible.
good enough.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I hope that people are smart enough to understand what that streaming stick is gonna be capable of.
Enlighten me.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like fantastic.
Oh, I don't either. But the problem is, devices like that have the brand Xbox on it, and they're cheap, so they're gonna fly off the shelves at like Best Buy
Which
or
is
something like
most
that.
which is most likely why they had to cancel the first iteration of whatever they were building because
Right.
it wasn't good enough.
Were you hardlined when you were streaming on Stadia, or were you?
Yes,
Okay.
everything in my house is always hardlined.
Okay.
I almost
the
never use
only
Wi-Fi.
the only reason why I think the tech might possibly be better at some point is because if they can get, because remember Mixer was one of the only platforms that if you streamed to, it was nearly 1-to-1.
Right.
Whatever you were
Because-
streaming, there was no latency there.
Hey Jim, can you tell me about Azure?
What the
Can you
cloud?
like harness the power of Azure to tell us about Azure and how that makes streaming better?
Dude, I have no.
Did you delete that from your brain?
He was too busy
No, but-
shilling Teams to people.
Could you
I
stream
don't
it in
care.
Teams?
Y'all are
Paul,
past y'all's
okay.
bedtime apparently because half of y'all are like.
No, I'm not tired, but just
I know where he's at.
I hope that it gets better, but like certain games are okay on streaming. Like I would say Forza is an okay option, but like shooters are definitely not.
Well, no, I don't think. I'm not saying shooters are at all. I don't think we're ever going to get quite there.
We can
But
play
I'm
Minecraft.
still-
We can play Minecraft Dungeons on it.
I'm still like, if you were like, let me put it this way: if I had an Xbox controller at work,
Mm-hmm.
and if I wanted to play something, perfectly fine for that. And I think eventually it's going to get to a point where, because the whole goal is that because everything is cloud based, it could technically be super high quality, and I don't see why they couldn't produce a version for 4K that would be the picture quality be good enough, as long as your internet is good for that.
I just
Okay,
don't
but
think
the
that...
whole thing is not everyone's internet is good enough for that, and just saying move or get better internet
it's not
doesn't
the
really
solution.
fix the issue.
Yeah. And I mean, logically,
For you though, and maybe I'm just smoking crack here.
Uh-huh.
I consistently remember you even in that first year, and I even didn't know you that well.
Mm-hmm.
You were bitching about your internet going out all the time, about how awful it was.
I never bitched about my internet going out.
It was
I
slow.
bitched
You
about
were-
how
you were-
slow it was.
Yeah, but if it's that slow, I mean,
I
realistically,
kept
what
saying
speeds
my
were you
internet is
getting?
slow
Normie?
but stable.
But what
But
speeds
if
were you
it's-
getting?
Slow and steady like a train. Come on, trains
It
are
was
great.
like 300 megabits max.
That's not that slow, dude.
I heard if you play Civilization, it's fine because it takes a week for people to do a move. But again, we all know we're not idiots. Download speed means absolutely fucking nothing past about 30 megabits per second. Unless you're
Right.
streaming 4K. But what is the crux of every non-fiber provider? Upload. So
Correct.
that kind of eliminates the whole move thing whenever majority of the country is carpeted in coaxial cable and DSL.
Yeah, but the area, I mean, that area should have had fiber.
No,
like
no,
that's
what
No,
house are we
he's
talking
actually
about?
right, because that was
It was
I
an
mean, I
energy
don't-
corridor.
that was an energy
That's-
corridor area.
That
energy
was-
so-
corridors should have.
They didn't
Yeah,
dig
because
up. They didn't dig
they
up the
don't.
shit.
Businesses
As I
around.
live in that area, we don't have fiber yet.
Don't dox yourself.
I used to
don't-
work in that area all the time. They were not digging up those old neighborhoods. The old people in those neighborhoods did not care.
I wasn't in the neighborhoods though. I was in the apartment buildings that were
okay. I
close
thought this
to
was the
other oil and gas places.
Sorry, I thought this
Like,
was the
he
house that I visited you at your old place. Not
No,
the place
that
before
was
this.
down south, and that was even older house
Right.
that definitely didn't have no fucking fiber.
Right. Like I lucked out because I lived in Richmond, which is fairly new.
But there,
and that's what I'm
the internet was
shocked.
better than the apartment.
I mean,
What'd
we've
you say, Geoff?
had. That's what I'm shocked about, because or maybe I'm not that shocked about it, because we have 2 apartment complexes that just opened up behind us. One of which fucking stole our neighborhood name, and people in our neighborhood are just.
I bet your
Livid
next door
about.
is full
Are
of
y'all
people
throwing
jerking
like
off.
Molotovs over there? Be like, not in my backyard.
Well, it's like, so I don't understand like the overall outrage. Like, oh no, they're gonna be associated with this. I was like,
Who cares?
the apartments don't look that bad. Like,
Oh my god!
what's
Wow, the
In general, apartments just are a blight on people that can afford homes and fuck them
Yeah.
people.
Right.
My parents.
I mean,
were
the
once-
only thing that I will say is that these are third floor apartments, right? That does suck for the people that live right next to it.
My
because-
skyline view.
No, Todd. The fact that you cannot fucking do anything in your backyard now without someone looking down into your backyard. Like, you have zero
Right,
privacy.
but if
now.
you have a neighbor with a 2-story
That-
house, it's the same effect.
Or you have 3 stories of, let's say, 1 in front and 2 on the sides, and 3 stories up of all of them making noise
Yeah.
versus just 1 house in front of you and 2 on the side.
Right. I mean,
Eh.
it's not like, I get their concern. Thankfully, I live in like the middle of the subdivision on a corner lot, so it's like it's not that big of a deal for me.
House
But
privilege.
As Jeff, you said, if anybody has a problem, they can just pick up and move. It's
Yeah,
just
Jeff.
fucking easy.
I mean, if it truly bothers you that much, then sure.
I mean-
let me ask you this, Nick. What is your primary source of entertainment when you come home?
My
Masturbation.
Your computer, which is
Well,
connected
that's
to.
what facilitates the masturbation.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off, Jeff. Please continue.
No, I was saying, I guess we lost Justin.
He
Yes.
messaged in Slack. He's going to bed because he's a tired
Oh.
boy.
Okay.
Oh, Justin can't hang.
We already did that. I mean, well, Jeff, last year, whenever I had the worst internet on the planet and I couldn't really stream, I did not have the option to just pack up and move.
Right.
I actually have something for Jeff. Jeff, how often do you complain about the heat?
Pack up and move, Jeff.
I would love to. I would
Wait.
love to.
You can
All
just
right.
do that though.
Yeah, you can do that.
No,
Just-
No,
that's
you just
do it.
no.
You can
No.
just move.
That argument doesn't hold water, considering that
make
it's
the
based on my
argument!
job. No. If the internet is a different situation, I'm sorry.
Is it? I consider both of them utilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's a utility, but what I'm saying is if it was truly that detrimental to his quality of life
Then
in a
what-
place that
I
he
mean,
stayed
if
at
it's not
all the
detrimental to your
time.
quality of life, you wouldn't complain about it, right?
100%, which is what you did all the time with that internet.
I don't remember.
Which-
complaining about the
which-
internet.
Oh, all the time he complained about it.
Hmm.
100%.
I never
I would hear
complained.
him talk about it, but
No,
not
it
The
like
only
was-
times I
complain
would
about it.
complain is when I'm trying to do something that, like, I'm trying to play with you guys or I'm trying to do a stream and my internet wouldn't do a thing.
It was
Or
it was an issue of like you and Ed a lot whenever we were playing something. For some reason, there was some issue.
It was always
Yeah,
an
and it was
Ed.
always like,
which
no matter
which-
where I move,
forgive
and
me for
Ed would always
saying-
have some problem. But then there's also, oh, I want to play this. I can play it with you. It just takes a long time for me to download and
Oh, that
install.
too, yeah.
It'll take a couple days to install.
Exactly. So I couldn't
Which
just
I
download it
don't
and do it right
understand
there.
though, because that's the same speed of internet I'm on right now, and it's not been a problem.
Right, but all right, Jeff. Let's not play like we're silly here. You know how coaxial networking works.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he was getting 400 down.
Oh, wrong.
What were you getting?
I said I was on 300 internet, like 300
Max.
but if I had to rank, it's like 100 down.
And
Oh,
me?
okay. Hold the fuck up then. You were paying for 300,
Uh-huh.
and you were getting how much?
Like 100.
Which is normal
And-
for coax back in the day.
And I'm not on coax. I'm on DSL.
Which is great for DSL.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I kept saying I was on DSL.
Dick sucking lips.
I was just doing.
Oh my god.
Man, I wish I was on some dick sucking lip, man.
Who
But
does it?
yeah,
We wouldn't
and
have
so
this
I would
argument
pay
right now.
for whatever the highest thing is to get the most out of it. And
I'm
that's
sorry.
that's when
That
added the extra
literally,
$10 a month to say if I'm not going to have the fastest, I'm going to take goddamn all of it.
and maybe this is just me. Whenever we
It's
were
just you.
looking for apartments, that was literally the first question I would ask him: is what internet service do you have here?
Right, but
And you
If
still
it's
look for
not,
apartments and homes in the Texas heat that you hate so much.
yes, but again, like I don't know
Yes.
why you're so fixed. Like, how far away is your job from that apartment? Like, why was that apartment so good?
Can your job not be done completely remote?
No, it can't.
Oh, really? So you got to pick
No,
up fucking shipping boxes and put them on your desk? And that's
no,
your
I
goddamn
am
job?
required to be in the office because no, seriously though, your job
fuck your job.
at that time,
Mhm.
how far away is it from your apartment? Like, I'm trying to figure out why was this apartment so good for you?
Because it was the closest that was a decent price that also incorporated a garage.
Gay
Yeah,
Raj.
he needs a garage.
Okay, so you just have different priorities than I did because literally, whenever I looked for an apartment, first question I would ask: internet. If it didn't have Comcast, I was out.
First question you didn't ask was, does it have AC?
No. That's the thing. It's that's all kind of baked into it, right? But like, if I
Literally baked.
looked at an apartment and I knew that they had Comcast, I said, okay, cool, this is a contender. Then everything else kind of followed suit.
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. If you don't believe me, talk to my wife. She will tell you the same thing.
I
That's literally the first question I asked.
I don't know. I've lived in some shitty places because it was either more convenient for my work or something, and internet was unfortunately not the wealth of speed that I wanted, and I couldn't just move.
And understand that, like, I get it, but that literally, if I had to live with that for an entire year, I would have moved after the first year. Like, I would have made it a priority.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
So my question,
Not
actually,
everybody
my
has
question,
that privilege, though, Jeff.
how is it? I don't
Jeff,
understand.
do you know that the amount it takes to move is quite a bit?
Yeah.
You should know. You helped me move 4 times in the same area because I valued internet.
Oh, you valued the internet.
You're making
You
the point.
valued the internet so
Right.
much that you had to keep moving.
No, I moved
in
there
the same
originally.
complex.
I moved there originally because I had no other options. My roommates wanted to move. And then
No,
once
Todd, I understand that. But then you kept downsizing in the same complex.
downsizing. I wonder why. Because I couldn't afford the bigger one, and I couldn't afford to move. I couldn't afford to deposit in a new place. I had to stay there.
Yeah, and then also,
make the fucking point.
I was living by myself, and that's like entire apartment and a half, pretty much, because of also the garage of stuff I have to move to find another place that's in my price range that has everything that's not farther away. That's actually a tall order.
But did you look? Did you
look? Yeah.
consider it, or did you say I'm done?
No, of course I considered it. Like,
I mean,
Andrew,
that's the
how
thing.
many times did I say in like the first year, oh my god, okay, after this I'm fucking moving again?
So like I know from the experience that we had, I mean, we've only had like 3 places when we lived.
Yeah.
And every time it was always a thing of, good God, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, fucking moving sucks ass. And it was after
It sure does. I moved
the
after my
second
first
time
year.
I started hiring moving people because I didn't want to move. I didn't want to like ask a bunch of friends, oh, can you help me move this time? Or like fucking bother people with that because of me wanting to move again. So I was like, okay, let me just hire moving people. So now I have the expense of hiring moving people.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's expensive. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's expensive.
it sure is.
but I could just do it.
That's what I did.
Geoff,
I mean, I don't know.
Jeff,
I don't know what to say.
Is like fucking money like filling out your fucking ears
Yeah,
that
money-
you can't
money bags,
understand
Jeff,
what
over
the
here.
problem that we're
No.
saying is?
No, back then I was not making that much money at all. I was working for HP. I made maybe $10 an hour at best.
All right, Jeff, you sound
Um,
like such a fucking boomer right now. Okay, here,
Okay.
before you say anything, here's what you sound like. Why don't you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps? I made a goddamn nickel fighting in the fucking war and then coming back and like polishing
That's
elephant
fine
ass.
if that's what I sound like, but I
But
literally,
now,
after the first year, I
I'm a
moved
fucking half billionaire
because I wanted
but
to.
you need to have the gumption to do what I'm proposing that I would have maybe done.
I took my time in the slums with bad internet, and I'll be damned if anybody else does it as well. Fuck.
Even if
I
they
mean,
don't have
clearly-
the means, I swear to God, I'll yell at them to make sure. that they
Clearly my priorities are different than all of yours.
Are you
I
gonna
apologize.
Are you gonna be upset whenever they raise like the basic internet to a gigabit for everybody? Are you gonna be like,
I
back
worked
in my
hard
day,
for that.
I worked so hard to have 100 megabits.
No. Why?
It was a joke about student loans.
I mean, okay.
God, I hate this shit with you sometimes. Your fucking privilege kicks in, and then you get so adamant. This is the same thing whenever you do nope in Slack, and it just triggers me so hard. Holy shit. It's not just a thing about moving. Whenever you don't have one thing you like, go bad.
Like my
I mean,
car's out of
listen.
gas. Fucking, I'm gonna go buy a new car.
I live an hour
I'm gonna go
away
look
from
for
my
a car
fucking
that doesn't
job.
ever run
Can
out
I
of
just
gas.
fucking move? No, I can't afford to move.
And I fucking get that. I'm just saying, though.
No, you know what?
Oh
You
my
you
God.
couldn't afford to get a different job.
Fuck, I should just get another job. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I should just
there's only
change
one
my life
fucking
and my
job
career.
that you can do, I guess.
Oh, why didn't I think of this? Oh, I'm so glad that my wise elder Geoff helped me out and told me what I needed to do in my life. I love podcasts, you guys.
Great gaming podcast.
I mean-
I love it.
It's better than golf.
Oh, much better.
I don't know. I'm done. I mean, clearly nothing I'm saying is gonna convince you otherwise. So I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
You gonna convince me on what I fucking needed to do 2 years
No,
ago?
I am not arguing with you anymore because you just keep going and going and going. It's just
Geoff, is this
Jesus.
your first time arguing with Nick?
No, it's like my second time, and I fucking wanted to kill myself after the first time because it just kept going into goddamn hole.
Oh,
I mean,
that's arguing with Nick.
Jesus.
Oops, I accidentally bought
So,
something with
in
one
conclusion,
click. No.
Xbox cloud gaming sucks.
Oh no.
Oh man.
But
if you have a
Actually, I
problem
need
with
you. I
Xbox
want you to
Cloud
send me your
gaming,
parts list.
Amazon
Send me your parts
betrayed me.
list.
got a problem with cloud gaming.
Oh yeah, you still want to
Urgent.
talk about that?
Well, I
Something
mean,
else.
considering an Xbox Series S is $499,
Oh,
you're saying you built
apparently not.
a-
Like we were looking at the leasing option.
No, I'm talking a
available.
base cost for an
ca-
Xbox
can you
Series
buy
S.
one right now?
Oh, for fuck's sake! I mean, can you buy the same exact graphics card that you just bought right
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Because I couldn't find it on the
Yeah,
site.
it's on Micro Center.
What was it?
Oh no,
What
it's
was
actually
it?
sold out right now.
Oh, what?
Did you
It's
say-
sold
did you
out?
say 3050 Ti?
What?
3050
No,
Ti.
it's just
Yeah.
a 3050.
Oh.
God damn.
There's one in stock right now.
Oh,
Actually,
Yes.
there's 7.
ooh.
25 plus. 7.
Okay,
5,
the fact that it's
12?
350 though
329.
makes me wonder what the fuck is in the rest of the computer.
You don't need much.
I mean,
You ready
considering
for
he
it?
said that the motherboard was on, already had the motherboard, so that's
I already
extra.
had the motherboard, and that's
Uh-huh.
150. Oh shit, CPU. Thank you.
Man, I
Mhm.
bought a book accidentally, and now I don't know how to download it. Kindle, no.
Okay. So, got a 3050, CPU cooler,
Those are cheap.
16 gigs of RAM,
Uh-huh.
and a terabyte hard drive.
Super cheap.
Yeah. So, but those 4 things ran for about 350, or I'm sorry, 550.
I download. Yeah, I can.
Then I didn't have the motherboard, so we're adding what, 150?
Yes.
Okay. The CPU, which can easily be gotten for about $100.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
The case, which I got from Justin, so that's an extra $50.
Ew, he probably played Yu-Gi-Oh in that.
Let's see, I
Probably.
had
He was played it before he
240,
gave it to him.
so that was for the power supply.
It's like getting a hard drive from Nick and knowing what was on it before.
You can goddamn be sure whatever I give you that was on it.
Was it Kanajo X Kanajo X Kanajo?
No, because I never downloaded it. I've only
I
streamed it.
didn't think I did either, but then I found it yesterday in my Google
Oh, sure.
Drive.
And then the last thing is a 250 solid state, which you can get for about what, $30.
Hey Andrew, you can get a 250 solid state.
Oh, it was a solid state, like a 2.5, not a blade.
Sorry, I could. Oh, SATA, just a SATA connection.
Yeah,
Got it.
SATA solid state.
Hey Andrew, you can buy.
I don't know if I have my drive, my motherboard. Some of the SATA inputs aren't reading, so.
Well, are you sure they're not disabled because of your M.2 drive?
I don't believe so, because I think it's only one of the M.2 drives that I have is what will disable the other ones. I'm not using that one.
So all that in total equals up to about $740.
That's not bad, man.
No, it's not.
I want a new computer. Is it time for a new computer?
No, it's not.
It is.
And then that's not even like the lowest. Like that was something that I wanted him to like go for years. That's not even like the lowest all this stuff can be, because you can get a motherboard for half of a 150, but the one that I had was pretty beefy.
I have one RAM stick the wrong color. Is that justification to buy a new computer?
Also, just to throw a wrench in all this, I can buy the Xbox Series X from Microsoft.com right now.
Who buys
For
stuff from
$49.99.
Microsoft?
We're talking PCs. We're talking PCs.
No, the whole thing started with.
They have a lot of computers on sale right now, actually.
Do we need to buy do we need to build a PC or buy an Xbox Series X?
Hey Jim, do you want to buy a PC or do you want to buy Xbox Series X?
A PC.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, you can obviously do more on a PC. I'm not suggesting it's a better value.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
I'm definitely suggesting it's a better value.
Are we doing that this year, Jim?
If what they're telling me is remotely true, yes, we can.
We can make millions.
Or billions.
Man, I have been. Sorry, the tangent. I've been wanting a new computer so bad. I just my current tower is too large.
So just take the parts out and put it in a.
I'm not doing
tower.
that. I'm not doing that.
Why?
Just tell your computer parts to move.
Because get into a smaller home.
I mean, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, that is what I'm saying.
What
Be fucking cheaper.
What I really want is to turn this into the ingest machine for Strooms eventually. Because I have the Elgato card. I might as well do something with it.
Todd.
What? And then I'm going to
Remember-
get a small form factor PC with a Noctua cooler because I'm cool like that.
Remember the once upon a time where you had two computers and one was built for streaming and one was built for the blah, blah, and then you just kept selling it? Like, because you didn't use it at all.
What do you mean? I gave it to Jim. It's literally the computer he uses.
I'm using it
Exactly.
right
I
now.
did that because I thought my friend would get more value out of it than having a streaming.
I
PC.
use it every day.
But there is another computer that you also did the same thing. You sold it.
That doesn't
Did you
sound like
not?
something I would do. I sold it to another
Oh.
friend because
Okay.
he wanted
And
a
my
computer.
and my point is you didn't see the
Your
need
point should be
enough.
Todd's a great fucking friend that enables his friends to play video games with him.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Oh.
But again, your goal here is you're saying I want to build another PC.
Right. I want
You-
to build one. Those were both Dell units. Well,
Okay, but you're
I
just
love
gonna
me
sell.
I love me some Dell XPSs. Do
You know
not
who-
get me wrong.
You should talk to about building like a stupid amount of PCs and then just having them.
Linus.
Ed.
Oh, Ed. Oh, yeah. Ed also has, yeah. Then he bought a laptop recently, didn't he?
He did.
He showed us that whenever we were at y'all's house.
This
like, what the
motherfucker
fuck?
currently has like 4 PCs that
I was
he's
thinking of that. Yeah.
and using all of them.
Maybe that's why he had really shitty internet
Using
back in the day. They
all
were
of
all
them.
bandwidth hogging.
The fuck? Dare I ask what he uses them for?
Porn.
So one is whenever we play online.
Do
one
you
is
not
in
play Sims
bedroom.
4 in your bathroom while taking a shit?
Alyssa does.
No.
On the desktop.
Not unless it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Shut up.
Ugh.
I want this Chromax Black. Do they have the LTT Store Edition still on Noctua's site? Nope, they don't.
I do want that fractal design case they showed the other day.
I want the GPUs from Noctua. The Asus Noctua ones. Oh
I
my
want a
god.
big titty goth GF.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
The one on OnlyFans? Lee?
All of them.
Oh, okay. Just
But
making
she
sure.
had to be at least 5'11". Then I'll
No,
take her
she's
serious.
very short. Jim, do you got any recommendations?
Jim is dead.
No, he's not.
No, I'm here.
I know he's here.
None of the ones I like you guys would like, and you all make fun of me, and I'm done for that with that for today.
Destiny FOMO isn't bad.
That's
She-
not gonna be.
She's fun.
Oh, we're talking streamers?
No, we were talking about OnlyFans girls.
Oh, okay.
But like I was saying, tall.
Noelle Foley.
Wait, what?
Seems pretty tall.
Man, I want this 3080 Noctua edition so bad. Well, it's so ugly though. So game streaming sucks, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We
Okay.
we came to a consensus.
I don't understand how Jim,
Oh, I
Jim,
just realized.
Jim, you would know. There are some Switch games that were streaming, right?
That were what?
That were like streaming versions of the game, right?
Yeah,
There-
Kingdom Hearts is streaming.
Yeah, I can't think of. I know Control is like that, right?
Was Resident Evil something one of
I
them?
don't remember.
I think
I've
Doom
watched very
was.
little of Summer Games Fest.
How does that? No, I mean there are some games from a while ago that were streaming on the Switch.
Yeah, Control
Yeah.
was the Assassin's Creed. I feel like was one of them.
Control, which blows my mind because like natively on PC is one of the most pretty games out there. Which
If
also
you have a PC that can survive that
it
the
crashed.
Control Hall of Death.
It used to crash my old card. My what did I have? 2080 Super, I think. I'd run the DirectX 12 version and it just instantly crashed. I was like, oh, well, I guess I should upgrade. And I saw my old Geek Squad protection was running out. So let me go ahead and use that real quick. But now I'm
Hitman
stuck.
3, Plague Tale, Guardians of the Galaxy, Resident Evil 7,
I knew a Resident Evil
Assassin's
was
Creed
involved.
Odyssey, Fantasy Star,
There's a Fantasy Star game out?
Fantasy
Oh, is
Star
that-
Online 2.
Was it the one that we played?
On Switch?
Yep, but it's Japan only.
Yeah, a
I
lot
was
of
about to
these
say
are
that
Japan
doesn't
only.
sound right.
Jim was
Is-
like, "What?"
Is that the one
Nah,
that we
I mean I
played?
wouldn't be playing it, but
That's the same one that we played on PC.
Woo! That game was. I didn't. Sorry,
Oh.
I did not like that game at all.
I wanted to close on one thing.
Okay.
Obi-Wan.
He's a priest, and there are 4 Illuminati brands spread across the Vatican.
So
I heard that Obi-Wan was basically like Jedi Forrest Gump, where he apparently still met up with goddamn near everybody in Star Wars canon before anybody learned.
That's
So,
hilarious.
Geoff, let me ask you this: there's been a lot of controversy about Obi-Wan.
Oh,
Like,
controversy?
I'm not
Oh,
going to call
yeah.
it controversy. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. A lot of people were bitching about it.
Pretty bitchin'.
Yeah.
I heard
mean-
something like they nerfed Jedis somehow. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Okay.
I wouldn't
Dude,
agree.
it's
so-
Star Wars. People are gonna fucking complain. Every reason why I don't care, and I'm not watching it.
First 2 episodes were okay. I mean, they weren't.
So there are 5 episodes now.
Yeah.
For a total of
So,
6.
hour-
Total of 6. Yeah.
Oh, there's a total of 6?
There will be a total of 6. yeah.
Oh. Okay. So that's what, about around 5.5 hours of screen time?
So every
don't
one of
think
these
it's a full
episodes is
hour.
about 30 minutes.
No, they range. Part 1's 56, part 2's 42, part 3's 48, part 4 is only 39, and part 5 is 43.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna throw this out here. Kathleen Kennedy, the lady who runs Lucasfilm,
Lucas
paused production
farts.
on this show because the scripts were so bad.
Who wrote the scripts? Like, is there a known writer on them?
Gary Whitta did one of them, who did Rogue One.
Whoops.
I like Rogue One.
For one, get it for one. I like Gary Whitta, like as a human. I really like him on Kind of Funny. But Rogue One is one of the weaker Star Wars. Book of Eli was not very good. All right, Geoff, did you because I said Rogue One's not one of the better ones?
I think Rogue One is one of the best.
Is it because
Wow.
is it because of the last 20 minutes?
No, I legit think it's just
Take
one
out
of
the
best
last 20
movies.
minutes. Where does it rank?
Still good.
Still
It's,
good.
it's my second favorite Star Wars movie.
Okay.
I like Rogue One, like everything except the main character.
The
You don't like
because she's
Jen
a
Erso?
woman.
No,
Aliens
because
were
she's
built
just
on hope.
bland. Like everything, she seemed annoyed at everything, but not in a good way, like a interesting way. She just seemed like she was annoyed she even had to be on set.
So, can I ask a dumb question? Because I only saw the movie once. The movie's about
Okay.
getting the Death Star plans, right?
Correct.
But it's also not the same story you hear about where all the Bothan spies die. It's like a separate story, correct? Or did it retcon that out?
I don't have a great answer for that. I'll be honest with you. I've thought about it. I know what you're talking about. It's nothing that's like bothered me enough to be like, oh my goodness, many Bothans died for this.
My next question. Other than getting the Death Star plans to Leia, was there any progression of any major story that carried on?
Everyone blew up, so no.
Yeah, it was like everyone died.
Forgive me. So Gary Whitta did not participate in Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
I had to make sure that Stuart Beatty did, though. Who's
I don't know
a
who
bunch
that
of
is. Gary Whitta's doing a lot
he's
of DC stuff right now. I know that.
He's written such wonderful gems such as G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
He did write the first Pirates of the Caribbean, so
The first one?
the very first one.
All right. All right. Amber Heard can't touch that one.
You know. But then proceeded to write I, Frankenstein, which I think
Is that
is
the Daniel Radcliffe joint?
No, that's
Is that the one with the Frankenstein who called himself Adam?
Aaron Eckhart?
Yes, it is Adam. That is correct.
I've never heard of this. There's a second one?
There's an I, Frankenstein 2? F like
No. It was just a Google. It was just a Google result. I apologize. Oh. Who was in this movie? Aaron Eckhart,
you know,
Bill Knightley,
the
Bill
so
Nighy. I don't know how to say his
it
name.
was interesting, Tyler, just because that was the first film that I felt like recaptured what the original trilogy was. They did a really good job of, like, visually speaking, just for instance, it
Gotcha.
looked closer to the original trilogy than anything before it had.
So it looked dirty
And yeah,
impractical.
Impractical, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just in the overall story, it's kind of fascinating. It's like, you're seeing exactly how the Death Star came to be, like the original creation of it. Like that alone is a fascinating story to me in general. And then you kind of add like the heist aspect of grabbing the Death Star plans. That's pretty.
Oh, I forgot it's kind of a heist movie.
Yeah, it kind of is. And I mean, like, yeah, I could see Nick's point. She is kind of a bland character, but K2SO.
I was about to say
awesome.
The robot was like the star.
Yeah. Not so much about what's his face. I just completely.
The one that's getting his own story, his own show.
Cassian Andor, I think. Andor, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing that I don't really want to get into right now. But I don't know. The first 2 episodes of this show were decent. I enjoyed watching them. Do we care about spoilers at all?
Can you keep them to a minimum?
Sure.
There's some things we can't talk about, yeah.
There's a character that's I would consider someone. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Obi-Wan. Like, he meets a bunch of characters that are from other
Right. That's what Nick was saying.
Timelines.
The Forrest Gump aspect.
Yeah. So the character in question that he meets kind of upsets a lot of the, I would say, timeline and or connections and or why did they go down this path. It's just so complicated and messy type thing.
Are they like
legitimizing
a legend or something?
No.
Would I know the person that you're talking about?
100% you would, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It just muddies the waters. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay.
Muddies the waters.
Because it's kind of one of those things is, you met this person before, how come you never mentioned that?
Oh.
Yeah, it breaks continuity is I would argue probably one of the larger problems in the Star Wars universe, and this just keeps like.
Well, that's what happens when you start with 4, 5, and 6.
Right, but if we're taking a step backwards for all intents and purposes, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3 work fairly well as a standalone arc. They are fairly well connected. Content complete. Yeah, there's obviously stuff in there that like we could do without.
Right.
But it's, I would say as a whole, doesn't break canon or continuity that much. Enough to the point you're like, oh god, I can't continue on with this. Everything else that's kind of ancillary to that now. You've got, Book of Boba Fett, you've got The Mandalorian.
I forgot about the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's a good thing you did.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm just gonna throw this out here. As soon as the obviously Obi-Wan is on Tatooine, right? As soon as he's walking through the streets of Tatooine, yeah. I literally looked and I was like, that is the fucking Book of Boba Fett set.
Right.
That's literally what this is.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's because the set that they used in the Book of Boba Fett it wasn't like the same that they had in like Phantom Menace, for instance.
Right.
Or, I mean, and that's fair, right? But it also doesn't look like it did in the original Star Wars. Again, I understand that's fair, but it looks like it was specifically manufactured for just these shows. Like, there's nothing that like ties them together, if that makes sense.
No,
like if you're gonna go to the effort, But like, if you're gonna go to the effort of doing like this faithful thing, you could either, I don't know, maybe reference what they used before and try to emulate it, or you can just say, okay, bye.
It's Jim's bedtime this time.
My goodness. We're just losing people left and right.
Said he didn't have any knowledge on it at all.
I don't either, to be fair, on Obi-Wan at the very least.
But it just basically, we're like, oh, we're gonna build something that looks kind of generically like Star Wars and drop it in a desert town and call it a day. That's
Now,
basically.
correct me if I'm
what it
wrong.
felt like.
Aren't the old sets like buried under the sand?
Oh, 100%. There's Luke's original house in Tunisia is still technically there.
Right.
It's just awful looking, right?
Gotcha.
So like I'm not expecting, but like I think they did a better job in Phantom Menace building something that looked closer to what they did in Star Wars.
For a second, I was about to be like, well, don't you think the budgets are different? They're probably not.
Not at this scale,
definitely.
considering they're using the same sets for both shows. They probably just
No, I
split the
meant
cost.
between like Phantom Menace and Obi-Wan.
I
bet the budget for Obi-Wan's
They
probably
used a lot more practical effects for Obi-Wan than they did Phantom Menace.
Right, because that's what everybody was asking for.
Right.
Like,
which
I just watched the end of Rogue One because we were talking about it. I wanted to watch the Darth Vader scene. I forgot about the Uncanny Valley Leia at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
That looks horrible.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, we could have done without that.
In Book of Boba Fett,
excuse me. Thrawn's back in Boba Fett, right?
Who?
Isn't one of the baddies like a dead guy in one of those or something? Like Thrawn or something?
No.
Somebody's dead.
There's.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Thrawn, the general.
Yeah.
Thrawn hasn't been introduced in the live action.
Or was it Tarkin that's dead and they reanimated him?
That was Tarkin.
That was Tarkin. Okay. But that was Rogue One.
That was Rogue One. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
so Thrawn Thrawn is canon again.
Right.
He's been in.
He's blue. He's the blue guy, right?
Rebel. Yeah. And he's in Rebels and in Clone Wars, maybe? I can't remember.
Would you happen to be talking about Cad Bane, the cowboy guy?
No, I'm not talking about Cad Bane.
Todd.
I don't know who
he
that
might
is.
Be.
Hold on.
He's a blue guy.
No,
but I don't think he's dead either.
Isn't Thrawn?
Thrawn is blue, yes, and
Yeah,
I think they've at least alluded to the existence
Yeah,
of Thrawn.
yeah. Like I could have sworn there's
in the cartoons they have. I mean, in the cartoons he actually has a presence.
I'm talking live action, bud.
No, I'm pretty sure live action they brought him back already in like a trailer or some shit.
No.
Oh, I thought they did. I don't know. I don't know. I remember at some point they brought Darth Maul back, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Rebels brought Darth Maul back, correct?
Yeah, didn't he have like spider legs or something?
No,
he was before that even, like Clone Wars, not Clone Wars. Oh fuck, maybe it was just Rebels. I thought there was another appearance before that.
He had spider legs, like Nick said. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Maul got brought back.
No. He was in Clone Wars.
Which Clone Wars?
The Tartakovsky one.
No, not the Jenny
Tartakovsky. No, because that's the only one I know.
He was in Clone Wars before. That was like his first appearance.
God, let me buy that. Just put that on sale on YouTube. I'll buy it.
And Rebels, because Rebels is technically closer to the original trilogy than Clone Wars was.
Right, because Rebels continued the canon.
Right.
The Clone Wars was kind of weird and meh.
But he has a fight with Obi-Wan, if I'm not mistaken, in Clone Wars.
Okay.
And he's also in Han Solo.
I never saw that. I forgot that movie existed, to be honest with you, sir.
A lot of people did. But kind of going back to this show, I'm struggling to justify why it exists.
Money.
Because people just want to see that one guy say, hello there.
Hello there.
It's becoming hard for me to justify though, because I don't even know, is this technically a spoiler of who comes back to
Palpatine,
fight him at some point?
Darth Maul,
No.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
I mean, how much do you truly care, Todd?
I don't. But for our viewers'
Okay.
sake,
Why don't you put it in the Slack? Just put the name, and then
yeah,
Todd can react to that.
yeah. Let me see. Let me see. By the way, Clone Wars 1. Oh, I knew that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so that
because Disney Plus spoils it by showing him on the thumbnails.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Don't do that, Disney.
So
fucking asshole.
that's in the 3rd episode,
Right.
and to say it's like a dramatic letdown.
Do they play Duel of the Fates
an
at any
understatement.
point?
No, which is stupid because it's in the they did a remix version of it in the trailer.
A remix
the
of
first-
Duel of the Fates? How do you remix the best
Oh.
song of all time?
I mean, you tell
YouTube
me.
found a way multiple times.
That's true.
Yeah,
And Darude Sandstorm.
But it's one of those things where the 3rd episode happened. It's just there's a lot of problems.
My
with
understanding also is Hayden Christensen is Darth Vader,
it. Yes.
but he's never seen.
No.
He's just heard.
But
I
is he
will
heard
not confirm
as-
nor deny.
Okay, you cannot confirm or
Mufasa.
deny. I was about to say, James Earl Jones is the original Vader, correct?
Yes. So what has happened, because James Earl Jones's voice has diminished in power,
Okay.
they are using a digital version of him now.
Right, but his voice was never loud. Like, minus the no! But that was Hayden Christensen, wasn't it?
When I say like powerful, it doesn't sound the
Oh,
same
he doesn't
now
sound
He
as
just
it
sounds like an
did.
old,
Got it.
much
Yeah, it
older
just
version of
sounds-
himself.
Okay.
Correct.
That sucks.
So,
But
well,
it
I mean,
happens to old
it's
people.
age.
Right,
It's age,
I
you
agree.
know.
But to be fair, like, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. But, like, if James Earl Jones was not going to do it, Hayden Christensen is the right choice.
No.
For the
I think
voice?
so.
No,
No,
for the
no,
voice.
No, not for the voice. Not for the voice. Somebody that can do a really good James Earl Jones impression should do the voice.
Oh, because James Earl Jones wasn't the guy in the suit.
Right, he
that
never
That
was.
was Prowse, right?
There's David Prowse for the first 3 movies.
Who thought he was also the voice, but he was not. Correct?
In the first movie, he thought he would be the voice,
Mhm.
but realized he was not the voice after watching it the first time.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. This is just more. I don't know. I think I'm just very lackadaisical about it. Like, I just like
there's
having more
things-
content.
Yes, but it's kind of like the whole quality versus quantity discussion. You could
Are any of the series downright bad?
Book of Boba Fett should not have existed.
Okay, well then it doesn't exist to me. That's how it
well,
should
it kind of does though,
Do
because
you
did
have to
like
watch
Mandalorian?
it? No, I never watched it.
Yes.
Never watched Mandalorian.
If you care about the
I
Mandalorian
don't.
in the future, you will have to watch Book of Boba Fett at
Does-
some point.
Does the Mandalorian
Because-
have any impact on movies 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9?
Not as of
Then
yet.
it doesn't
Do you
matter.
really care about the impacts of 7, 8, and 9?
Kind of. So here's the thing. Like we talked about earlier, a series starting at 4, 5, 6 is fucking stupid. No one should ever fucking do that again.
Well, it wasn't.
I know, but Lucas later on being like, haha, I'm gonna make 1, 2, and 3 makes no fucking sense. Because then he starts copying over himself and causing problems. But then you throw in shit like KOTOR and Rebels and Clone Wars Genndy Tartakovsky version, the books, all this shit where now you have to play what's real, what's not. If it doesn't impact movies 1 through 9, it shouldn't fucking matter.
Well, that's kind of the problem, though, is because they're trying to constantly connect. They're doing the connective tissue.
Right, but Obi-Wan makes
always
sense
trying
because
to.
if Obi-Wan dies in Obi-Wan, he does not exist in 4, 5, 6.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Obi-Wan doesn't make sense. It didn't need to happen.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like
Obi-Wan
it does. Like
died?
the show
Yeah,
as a whole.
he became one with the Force.
Because as far as we understood, he went into
Hypersleep.
hiding,
Oh,
and he was supposed to just watch over Luke, and that's all we really needed to know. We didn't need to know anything else about his antics that he got up to. And
antics.
to be honest with you, they had to introduce another character literally just so he had a reason to get up to antics and meet other Star Wars characters as a result of that. Like, that's literally the entire show. Is
He
just
met his
how many.
Jedi.
I mean, no.
Oh my God, does he have a love interest?
No.
Oh,
Does Obi-Wan fuck?
does Obi-Wan
No.
fuck? Halo
That's not-
fuck.
He
Not okay in
he
the
did
Jedi
in
Order.
Clone Wars.
Master
He did in
Chef
Clone
Halo
Wars.
fucks now.
I mean, Anakin was in the Jedi Order.
And you
Yeah.
saw what happened to him.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna let Obi-Wan fuck.
I don't think so.
I mean, they let the Master Chef do it. Equal level of lore.
Yeah, but you're talking about Disney versus Paramount Plus.
Episode 6 is gonna have fucking Mace Windu come back with robot hands.
Everybody gets
Oh,
their hand
God.
cut off eventually.
Listen. If that happens, I would not be shocked. mean-
Samuel L. Jackson said he would rather play more Star Wars than do Oscar films.
Yeah,
Which-
which is a hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Like, could you imagine? I mean, this is the thing.
I think
When
he'd
they
rather
first
do more
announced,
snakes on a plane than do more Oscar
Get
films.
these motherfucking snakes.
when they announced a bunch of these properties, and then they did like, hey, we're gonna do 7, 8, and 9. When they announced that, and then they announced, hey, we're gonna do a Solo movie, and then we're gonna do a Boba Fett movie.
There's a Solo movie?
the Han
Yeah,
Solo
there's only
movie.
one.
Rogue One, got it.
When they
Got it.
when they
That's
announced when they announced all these like supplementary stories as being like, hey, we're gonna have these stories take place in between, the main new trilogy, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking great. I'd love to see a Boba Fett film. Back then, I'm sure if you listen to like previous podcasts, you can hear my excitement about it. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I'm not.
Now,
I'm
Geoff,
just not.
an important question. Who wins in a fight, Revan or Obi-Wan?
I don't know if they took. Obi-Wan was never like exceptionally powerful.
I know. I just kept seeing that meme pop up a lot. I saw on TikTok somebody was like, "Who would win in a fight, Anakin and Ahsoka and Revan and Bastila?" I'm like, first of all,
God,
Who would
okay.
win,
shut up.
Revan or Starkiller?
That's-
Starkiller. He pulled down a fucking plane.
So that's the other thing. Mandalorian season 2
Mando.
turned into how many characters can Dave Filoni bring back into live action? And then a Book of Boba Fett did the same thing. How many characters can we introduce from the Star Wars universe into live action?
Question: was Jango Fett involved in the Book of Boba Fett at all, or was he dead?
He was dead.
Yes.
Yeah,
That-
no.
Book of Boba takes place after he became the bounty
The
hunter.
only times that he was
Flashback.
there was for flashbacks.
At any point were the Kaminoans involved?
Yes.
I love the
Were they?
Kaminoans. I love them.
In flashbacks.
They're so cool.
Oh yeah. Oh right.
In flashbacks. That's the only time. So I don't know. Like my point is that like Taika Waititi is supposed to be doing his own Star Wars movie. He's already come out and said like it is not going to be connected to
Kaminoan.
anything
Oh,
at all.
these are those
The
dancing
tall fucks.
anime ones.
What?
people.
Yeah. Yes, I know where you're going, Nick.
Yeah, they got those long necks.
Oh,
Got it.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to going forward. Is if you're gonna do Star Wars content, I love the content, but you need just move on.
Give me my
Don't-
KOTOR remake now.
Because
I
I like
mean-
not Boba Fett. I like Mandalorian because it started off as there's other shit
Not
besides
connected.
this like core of people in
Exactly.
a vast galaxy. Just show that.
And then in season 2, they're like, no, fuck that. We're gonna connect it to everything.
Yeah.
And the thing about Book of Boba Fett, actually, I'll spoil it. I don't. It's been long enough. You have to watch Book of Boba Fett because it becomes Mandalorian season 2.5
Nope.
with 2 critical episodes.
Is that what the
literally
aliens
that literally explains what happens directly after Mandalorian season 2.
Does
There's
it?
a cliffhanger in Mandalorian season 2, and they just pick up the story in Book of Boba Fett.
Does it involve Yoda?
Yep. Wait, hold on. Yoda or Baby Yoda? There is a difference.
Yoda.
No, Yoda isn't there.
Oh, well, then I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to watching my Clone Wars.
But it
So,
brings
much
back
is, how much is Melinda May, aka Ming Na Wen, in Boba Fett? How much is that?
Well,
How
decent.
quite a
how
lot.
much
She's
can I
there
say? See of her.
like 95%.
How much am I gonna see of her?
Okay. Thank you.
Ahsoka Tano is
midriff.
in there.
Oh, midriff.
Am I going to see footnote?
You also have like a better version of Luke Skywalker, young Luke Skywalker.
Just gonna watch everything everywhere all at once again. Same amount of lore.
I plan on watching that this weekend at some point.
You should.
You know how
heard
Geoff
it's
loves
good.
his multiverses.
You could watch it on YouTube if you want.
Did you watch the Daniels film before that? Does anyone know what that is?
What?
So the directors of this movie, they call themselves the Daniels.
That's
Like
funny.
the Wachowskis?
No, I think it's literally because both their first name was Daniel.
That's correct.
And that's it.
Quan and Sheart.
I think, yeah. Well, their first movie was Swiss Army Man, which was the movie where Daniel Radcliffe becomes a corpse.
Is that where
I
he
heard
is that
about
where he
that.
fucks the horse?
I think no, that's Equus. No, it's Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe on an island, and a corpse washes up.
And Ramona
and
Flowers.
He can, yes, and he gets off the island by inflating
The corpse.
Daniel Radcliffe's corpse, and it farts, which is what propels him across the water.
That's stupid.
The
I
whole
mean,
movie was fucking stupid. Like, he made the corpse do a judo chop to chop wood for a shelter.
Yep.
I'm just gonna read the Wikipedia.
But I mean, it was, that's the thing. Like, Daniel Radcliffe was like, you know what? I want to do some,
this is my art.
crazy shit after Harry Potter.
He
I wanna
did.
make
He
myself.
fucked a horse. What else can you do?
Like,
I mean, clearly other things.
what's that? Akimbo?
Guns
Horns?
Akimbo?
Guns Akimbo?
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he's been doing some wild and wacky shit.
He fucked a horse.
Now he's going to be Weird Al.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, Weird Al apparently 100% supports him in that, which is,
I would hope so.
Interesting.
He's all about parody.
yeah. Well, so I started out this podcast saying that it wouldn't take this long, and it has taken 2 hours and 40 minutes.
I blame Jim.
We are almost at the length of
Clone Wars.
Batman versus Superman,
Sorry,
I think.
I'm watching a trailer for this stupid fucking
Oh,
Swiss Army movie.
we are
Oh, I'm
we are
watching the exact
past.
same trailer.
This is
We
dumb.
are-
This is so fucking stupid.
What are you watching?
Swiss Army Man trailer.
Oh, it's so stupid, dude. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I just think it's interesting that they directed that, and then they directed this new movie, which is critically lauded. Everyone says it's amazing. It's interesting. Yeah, we have surpassed Batman versus Superman by a full 10 minutes.
But not in quality.
Mm-mm.
No. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for tonight. For those who are still here, we appreciate you tuning in. We have a couple of streams from front of the show.
Nope.
No, this weekend?
Nope. Vacation.
Nope.
Okay.
Streamer vacation.
So maybe possibly something Monday. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, that one we still will have because I don't think I leave until Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So Monday stream's still happening.
Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Roll it back to the Wednesday stream,
No.
which will not be Golf with Friends.
Why
time.
not?
Why the fuck so?
Well, he almost won.
Well,
He
now
almost got
I'm on the
ballot.
fence. Now I'm on the fence.
I mean, I don't have to
I was about
play.
say, Nick is no longer required to play, so unfortunately that ain't gonna work. We're gonna play
What if-
We're gonna play Valorant on Monday. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I thought they were playing Ninja Turtles on Monday.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Todd is just like, well,
I'm watching Valorant right now.
Tuesday
hey.
stream will be Valorant.
Whatever
No,
y'all do
I
on
know
June
that.
27th is y'all's business.
Huh?
I'm not going to be available for
Was-
June
Oh,
27th.
we're gonna cause a ruckus on Monday.
Oh yeah. I'm loving it. I want to see it.
Well, our next podcast will be on June 30th.
I won't be there, just like for this one.
What you got going on Thursdays, man? You got some bingo with some old people? Is that your thing now?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Bingo.
I
in
almost
quotation marks.
won, but it was a coverall, and I only had bingo. Some bullshit.
You didn't win that doily?
Like you're
that
legit
Gertrude
playing
made?
bingo?
Yes, I'm legit playing bingo. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Hey, I've played bingo before, and they get serious, and like they get some serious prizes too.
You get fucking you
okay,
get fucking
listen.
booed if you call out bingo.
A year's supply of Virginia Slims.
Not
was
like
like-
fucking TVs and shit.
It was like $300. The one that I almost won.
And on that note, you all have a great night. Bye.
Love you.